You are now listening to Nerd Rage Radio with Bobby Skullface and Adam Russman. This podcast is intended for mature audiences only and may not fit with your sensitive sensibilities. You may be a victim of meaningless outrage, or you may, in fact, be a big ninny pants. If this is the case, please feel free to turn it off now. This is no country for ninny McNinny pants. So crack open the Mountain Dew. Make sure the cheese doodles are super fresh. We're in your mother's basement. It's Nerd Rage Radio.
Step in the den of sin. Walk in alone and come out with friends at the buddy booth. At the buddy booth. At the buddy booth.
Buddy booth.
Buddy booth. And tell me your secrets.
I'll tell you mine.
Tell you mine.
And welcome to episode 159 of Nerd Rage Radio with your host, the Bobby Skullface.
Yep.
I think we need to be the Bobby Skullface from now on. Not Mr.
I got a new intro that Manny put together for me. I'm getting ready to use for the video.
Dude, it's sweet.
Pretty
Really?
sweet, yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently he sent it to me some time ago. I just missed it.
Oh.
And like he was like, what do you
Let me
think of
see
it?
it.
He was like, what do you think of it?
Wait up.
All right.
Why are you looking for it? That's Joe KW.
What up?
And I'm Adam Russman. And we get to record a little early today. It's actually before 1 o'clock, which I'm kind of excited about.
So we don't have to rush to wrap
I
up.
have to rush to wrap up.
Yeah, I got to get the kid off the bus, but that's just a timeout, a quick
There you
tail.
go.
And that's
What time is that?
It's at 3:45.
Oh, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
We'll be fine. Be out of here by then.
Yeah.
No, not a big deal. So, it seems like my weeks have been so compressed with shit that it seems like yesterday I was here recording last and I haven't done any of my homework. You know what I mean? Like where the fuck did the weekend go? I didn't do any of my fucking homework. And, is this a black screen?
Do you want? I was gonna just hold it until you were ready.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll pause a second. Nice. He did that smoke graphic.
I don't know what he did. Manny Magic.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. And you guys wish you could see it. You'll have to wait
Very soon.
Saturday, right?
till next year. Oh, it's coming out now? Like,
Saturday.
you're not even going to make them wait a little bit.
Mm-mm.
No salivation.
No, I'm ready
It's
to
too
go.
good.
I'm ready.
It's got to go out
It's too
now.
good. It's got to go out.
Well,
it's
did you ship 1 million of those things?
Ship them all. It's more appropriate for the channel at the moment. You know, than
What about different intros or different videos? Your review videos versus your Saturday videos having different intros.
yeah, that's a possibility.
I think you just need to dump the reviews. Just go full discussion.
well,
I mean,
like
you
his
can
reviews.
have a discussion about a toy. I'm not saying not have any more toys.
Mhm.
But I think the reviews,
well, it's hard to have a discussion about a toy, really. You know, like
Is it? Is
kind of like because
just
like
your final thoughts.
the stuff that I buy isn't really the stuff that Joe buys. So like,
Yeah.
you know, or you're talking about just a single monologue.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe I
You can
might.
sit right here and be like, you know what?
Well, I want to do
I don't
some
like
stuff
this.
like that with Joe, like a discussion about like stuff that I'm not reviewing anymore, like Marvel Legends and whatever.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Or you can just turn the camera and be, it stinks, and carry on.
I can bring some of my shit, like Final Fantasy Play Archives for you to look at.
That is
Or
true.
his 1/4 quarter statues.
Hey, I offered
bring
that.
those.
My
Second
first
one.
one, the Darkness, I was going to bring it over here first before I even
Yeah,
opened it.
You're stupid
But he,
for that.
but he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're stupid.
Yeah.
For that.
But I was
That's
like,
it-
I
that's-
can't take the responsibility.
That's just stop being stupid, Joe. Stop it.
Yeah, I was like, no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, because you
he would have
can't-
liked to watch it.
I don't even want you to wear a jewelry that costs that much in here.
Yeah. Yes, it's too much to ask. So, Nerd Weeks, Joe, how are yours?
Me? Okay. First, I have a question for you guys and for listeners.
For white
Please,
people? Is this for white people in general?
no.
'Cause you got that look in your eye.
No, it's for everybody. Like
Equal opportunity.
on whether on Facebook or on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, but not on Podbean because I don't think we check Podbean messages. How
Can you
important?
message Podbean?
I don't know.
You can leave reviews.
Really?
I think we get comments every once in a while, but there've never been questions of like "great show, guys" or whatever. Something
Oh,
like that.
yeah, we haven't checked any reviews or anything in a long time, I feel like.
No, I can do that. I can do that right now while you're talking.
How important is the news to people?
Uh,
I want to know that because like, is the news super important that we need to get as much as we can and have to talk about them, or is it just a list that we go through? Or
I think that the news has become a drug to either. I mean, so it's theorized with a good amount of certainty that if you're right or on the left, you have different brain chemistry. Like you can like scan
I'm
somebody's
talking
brain.
about Nerd Week. Yeah, we're talking about Nerd News.
Oh, I thought about
like our segment.
I thought you were talking about Fox.
No,
News.
For the show, bro.
Okay. All right.
Like the news segment of the show.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I was like, where is he going?
No, what I was saying is like I think people are addicted to like the news channel.
Oh yeah.
And like it's and like those companies have hacked people's brains.
Yeah, we don't care about that on here.
You just keep on drooling and just watch that bullshit.
So I was wondering if we can get through the news in 15 minutes, if there's nothing interesting to discuss, or do we need to spend like half an hour to?
Well, I have cut the news way back.
Yeah, 'cause I've noticed that, and I'm wondering what people think. We haven't heard feedback on that.
I don't even post up on the news anymore.
Me either, hardly ever.
Well, now with Phil in there, he's like posting everything.
But
Like,
you get
it's
to
good.
choose.
Yeah, you get to choose. Yeah, I don't have any complaints about it. Yeah, if it was like, I kind of wish like there was enough. Sometimes I'm concerned about the meat on the bone, so to speak,
For
news.
yeah.
So like in my mind's eye, what I would prefer if there was like 3 things that we talked about every week that were news related, but all
We put
3
those in the title of the show.
Yeah, and all 3 things were like meaty, to really get into,
Right,
to really sink our teeth into.
Yeah,
So-
but you know what? We do go on tangents and have good discussions about bullshit.
yes,
But that's what I'm saying. I enjoy personally just being here, not listening to it. I enjoy the bullshitting the most.
Oh my God, show. Are you Yokoing the show right now? Are you Yokoing the show? You might be Jokoing the show.
Like sometimes I feel like we have to wrap up our
I'm
bullshitting.
done. I don't want to do this anymore.
We have to wrap up our bullshitting sometimes. Like when time constraints, like okay, let's wrap up this bullshit so
I
we can
feel
get to
you,
the
I feel
news.
you,
I'm
I
like,
feel you.
should we cut the news instead of cutting our bullshit? That's what I want to know from the audience.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because
That's a
sometimes
good
like, oh
question.
shit, it's time to go. Let's get to the news.
I think if we're on, I think if we're in the zone, we should just let it ride and just fuck the news.
but there's always like a few key things in the news that I do want to touch on, and
Right,
I do
pick
hear
them, right?
and I do hear other shows like I'll listen to End of the Realm or whatever, and they're like, well, I know this because I listen to Nerd Rage.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I think we do stay on top of all of the high notes. Like I've had people write in like that they kind of know what's going on with the James Gunn situation because of how closely we followed it over the
Gotcha.
course.
But that's a meaty situation.
Correct. It's
It
maybe a
wasn't-
little too meaty.
Maybe it wasn't meaty enough, underdeveloped.
But well, that's what I was wondering. So as to like going forward, what we can do. So like on Facebook or on YouTube, somewhere we actually read or email us.
Yeah.
Hey Joe, can I have that water behind you? Is that for you?
You can have
Did
my
you pull
vitamin
that?
water.
Did you pull that? Did
It's
you pull
warm.
that water? I don't care.
I brought it
It's
from home.
I have something else to go over while we're on the subject
a vitamin water.
of listener feedback.
Okay.
If you dig the show and you like the show, like tell a buddy, tell a friend, share the show.
Very dehydrated, Joe. Thank you for
I
this.
think it's a very word of mouth kind of show. So if you enjoy it and you want to do us a solid, especially if you're not on Patreon, I mean, because the people on Patreon are doing far too much already.
Yeah.
and we do appreciate that.
I wanted to mention that we got a
I think
few
3 more last
few more
week.
$10
Yeah.
and just additional Patreon. We've been getting a lot of love on Patreon.
That's it.
3 $10 pledges in 1 week is ridiculous.
Yeah. So
And I really appreciate you guys. I would say your names, but I'm not sure how people feel about the names. I
This
don't mind shouting
initials-
people out.
Initials are good.
Yeah.
but it's we just want to make sure that
So we'll give
those are-
initials. Donald Trump.
Condoleezza Rice.
Yes.
And somehow, and I'm not going to dip into the supernatural, John McCain.
Yeah. Too soon. Dude. And Bernie Sanders. He's got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Let's be
John
real.
McCain had one hand in, one hand out. You know what I'm saying?
God damn it. How many minutes are we in the show? How many people have we pissed off in the past 10 minutes?
I went to church today. I promised myself I wouldn't do this. All right, continue.
But yeah, thank you all to the Patreon folks. And if you're not on Patreon and you want to help out, just leave a 5-star review. We haven't had any since March. or tell a friend, tell a buddy.
I think all the people who actually listen on iTunes have already plugged this, so we maxed out on that.
That's probably true.
Yeah. So
That's probably true.
anyway, let's start with Nerd Weeks.
Okay.
Oh,
If you don't have
we're
more
starting with
questions.
the weeks, and I was just one of the things I was thinking about. No, I'm continuing watching a lot of shitty things because yesterday was my last day of overtime stretch. Like today, I have the next 3 days off, including today. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I almost lost my shit yesterday afternoon. I was like, no, hold it together. I only got 3 hours left. I snapped almost all the pens in the store, like just to calm myself. Like 30 of them. I just took a pen, snap them.
Dude, you're roiding out, bro.
I'm not. I wish I was roiding out.
It's too much
See,
work.
the veins popped in his shoulder, and he said
It's too much work. It's all work and no play. Makes Joe anxious boy.
I can work hard. It's people. I fucking hate people. People are the worst.
I don't think that's true.
Well, you don't. Do you work retail, sir? No, specifically customer service department of the retail.
I definitely deal with customer service,
but
I don't deal. I'm not a customer
10
service
hours,
rep.
10 hours at a time.
No.
Okay. My retail friends out there, maybe you can agree with me that people fucking suck.
But maybe it's also because you're doing it so much. Maybe if
I
you
mean,
just
I
did
agree.
it less,
I agree.
you wouldn't be so wound.
But I'm done with that. For the next several weeks, I have at least 2 to 3 days off every week.
Nice.
So I'm gonna find Joe's boss's phone number and get one of those apps I can like fake a number. You can send it to people, they think it's from that number. Hey Joe, I need you to come in work today, and I go ahead and come in about Saturday and Sunday.
I do every weekend anyway.
We also have to talk about Baltimore Comic Con and plan that out. And I was thinking maybe Saturday night.
No.
Saturday night, come back here and do like a podcast afterward and shit, because we need something for Patreon for this month anyway, and we'll all be together Saturday. So
What time? Maybe me, maybe not, depending on what time you start.
I'd have to look up BaltimoreComicCon.com and find out what time it closes, and then add an hour or so for transportation.
Wait,
about
the
then.
later is the better for me.
Yeah, it's gonna be
So-
probably pretty
Let's
late.
just drive together and record on the way back.
I don't think that's possible.
Oh, it's possible.
I don't think it is. I mean, if we rent a van, I don't think it's possible.
Oh, okay. You don't have enough space.
Right.
Dude, those new blankets are super fucking nice.
Yes.
But you only have 4 of
I
them.
only have 4.
Dude,
we might get more.
like
They-
you might only have 3 by the
Are
end
they
of the day.
woven?
no,
No,
they're Sherpa.
Sherpa.
Dude,
Get
they're
the
so
fuck outta
soft.
Yeah, they're like,
And the
they're
color's
like,
so nice.
It's like a plush on top and like a wool.
They're like a person from Nepal that carries your shit up a mountain.
yes.
Nice.
It looks like,
Like you got a little Asian guy tattooed with your artwork.
imagine that
He
individual.
carries your shit around.
But just think about the shit that's on the collar of his coat.
Okay.
Yeah, turn that shit inside out and wear it, you look like a shirt.
Yeah. It looks good.
But yeah, you might only have 3 by the end of the day. But let me know what the price they are.
What are they? What's it going to be? Give me a ballpark. $100?
I don't know.
120?
I have no idea. I like.
Laura takes care of
Yeah,
the
I have no.
finances.
I don't have like.
Give him $200, man.
I'm sure that covers it.
I owe him for 11 shirts already. He hasn't told me the bill yet.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well,
They
I-
all take tops?
I think I only have.
10 tank top and 1 regular shirt for work.
Ah.
Yeah.
Because I can wear t-shirts on the
Yeah,
weekends.
Dude, shout out to Black Phillip real quick before I forget.
Oh, he did something?
He's doing something for me. I haven't seen it yet.
For
But
you
it's-
personally?
It's a project for work.
Okay.
So the idea, I think it's kind of a good idea. I can't talk about it right here, but it's right up Black Phillip's alley. So if he can make it happen, I'll be pretty happy with it. But I think my guys at work would get a kick out of it. So
Nice.
I
But
wish
thank
he
you,
would
Black
do
Phillip.
something for our show. That'd be cool.
You ever ask him about that?
dude, it's better if he just mysteriously pops in every once in a while.
Yeah, if he pops in once in a while, it'd be great.
Yeah. But if we get that once in a while, that's the problem.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
once-
yeah. So I never call him to be like, "Hey man, we're recording today," so that's on me too.
Well, not so much that, but like just a little bonus stuff.
Like art,
True
stuff,
that,
cartoon
true
stuff. I know it's a lot of work. I know he's busy streaming on Twitch, but whatever.
You know, every time I get a text message about that, I check it and there's no videos there. So he's not saving the videos. How does fuck does Twitch work?
I don't
Twitch is
use
a
it.
live thing.
I know it's a live, but once it's done, can't you go back and watch it?
Depends if you're saving it for people to watch or not.
Stupid, dumb.
Anyway, again, third time, into Nerd Week. British baking show is my favorite cooking show of all time.
Yeah, my girls are obsessed with it.
Yeah, the new season just came out. We watched
Yeah.
it, finished
Yeah.
all of it in 2 days.
You know the what was it? Flo, you couldn't understand anything she says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not just me being foreign. It's not just me being foreign.
It's
Okay, good.
horrible.
It is like a whole other language.
Yeah, you had to put on the text. It's worse than the pikey from Snatch. The pikey from Snatch has got nothing on this lady for real.
Like that's just how she talks normally.
Yeah.
So you watched it too?
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
dude,
It's my daughter's favorite show.
I don't watch the.
I can't walk. Got bubble throat right there. Get down there. Get down. Ah, there you go. I can't walk around the house without hearing that British and that old mean lady. She's not really mean, but she's kind of mean. And the dude is fine.
The harsh lady. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
dude
the dude. I mean, the dude is
I like
the
him.
anchor of the show.
Yeah, he's fine. That
like him.
old mean
Biddy?
British bitch.
She a biddy?
She's better.
She is old bitty.
Yeah, the old
Yeah,
the old
that's
one
a-
is nice. They changed all the cast except for the dude.
Oh, did
The two comedian hosts are completely
Oh,
different, and the
two-
old lady is different.
I like the two. I like the two
new
ladies.
I like the two new people more. I think. Well, no, the dude specifically. He's low key funny.
I can't remember.
At first, I thought he was goofy, but then he's.
I don't know which season. They're just watching it
Okay.
whenever. So they might watch season 2 and then watch season 3 and watch season 1. Oh, fuck.
But I don't watch American cooking shows anymore. Like competition shows, like the British cooking show, baking show. They're so fucking nice, and everyone helps each other out, and it's like super positive.
Yeah, you know the other thing too is it's the same people for the whole season that you see different shit that they can do.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not just somebody yelling at somebody else or
It's,
you know what I
it's
mean?
always like mean heart. It's always like people talking shit or like trying to sabotage people. And
Dude,
it's from the
that's
American
why
shows
you're a
I've
British
watched.
citizen. You know, Americans suck, right?
No, I think I came here.
Came here.
Saint Seiya Lost Canvas is on Netflix now. That's my favorite Saint Seiya.
Finally.
It's in English, but the fucking English dub is terrible. It is some bad voice acting on there. I mean, I'm not a proponent of subs. Like a lot of anime nerds are like, subs are nothing.
You and Matt Baldwin.
What?
I'm not a proponent of subs.
But yeah, if you guys want to give it a try, the
Fucking
animation
with
is
you,
good.
Matt. I love you, Matt. Miss
But-
you, Matt.
But the dub, you have to sit through the dub. Watched a short Spartans documentary about like 300 Spartans. I'm disappointed at the real Spartans. They're not that cool. They're not that cool at all. They just were really good at making up stories. Well, not making up stories, but embellishing. They weren't like a warrior race at all. They were like rich landowner politicians who have like a militia. And they didn't train as hard as we like. It's not. It's you see,
mean
watch
they
a
weren't-
300 movie, and it's exactly opposite of that.
They weren't swole.
No,
I don't believe you, Joe.
and
I
like
don't have a dog in the fight.
yeah,
believe
me
you,
either. But like it is in our culture, at least in American culture, Spartans are everywhere. Like in Halo and like the Spartan races, people who are into lifting a lot of times have a Spartan logo.
It's just one race.
So,
But yeah,
did they save Western civilization though?
I don't know.
See, you don't know.
I just know they weren't that cool.
It's all about Vikings.
Did
man.
they
Fuck
create?
Spartans.
Did they create the original Lego brick?
Oh no.
See, you don't know.
What? No, they're not Greek. They were what? We watched the Thor made
Norwegian or some shit, Swedish or something.
the Woodworkers. Oh shit! My grandpa. Well, I don't call
Can
my
you
family
can
that
you
much.
refer to him as Grandpapa from now on?
I usually call him Gramps, but he doesn't understand that.
What does he understand?
Gong.
Gong.
That's the thing that you hit before you guys walk into a
That's a
room.
gong.
Posse knows something.
Joe is here.
But he took $150 shit this week. I don't talk about my family much, but here's the family story. So my grandpa. No, that's it. You get grandpa.
My gong.
No, Grandpapa.
No, my gong.
He's not a complainer.
Yeah, no.
He's not a driver or flyer either.
Damn it! He beat me to it. God damn it!
He grew up in. He lived through World War II and like Japanese occupation. At one point, he was eating tree barks,
Yikes.
so he doesn't complain about anything. So by the time he
He's
complains
like,
on
"You're
things,
soft trash. All of you."
like when he complains about something, it's bad. So he complained to me this past week. He said, "I haven't pooped in a few days," and I was like, "Shit!" I'm like, "That's serious." Like that means he hasn't pooped
You're
for like a
"Shit."
month.
Pun intended.
So I started asking him all these questions, and I was like, "Fuck it, we gotta go to the doctor." So I took him to the doctor. The doctor was, poking him. He's like, "Does this hurt? Does this hurt?" I said, "No," but he's like fucking bloated with shit. Basically, you can feel it. And he poked at where the bladder is, and he's like, "Oh, that's a little painful." So the doctor thought maybe it's bladder infection because they appear in weird things. They can give you headaches.
Yeah.
So he said, "Okay, here's your starting antibiotic dose, and here's a big thing of water. Drink it all because you need it for the pills." So he drank it. And he's like, "Stay put for a bit," and we stayed put for a bit. And he's like, and then he was asked for urine sample. He's like, "Can you go now?" I said, "Oh yeah, I can go." So he went to the bathroom for like 15, 20 minutes. We're like, "What the fuck happened? Did he pass out?" So I was knocking on it.
You're like, gong.
Yeah, it was like, "Go,
You just hit the.
go, 冇事嘛，係咪度啊?" And then it was fine. He was like, "It's fine." And and then he was finally done. He opened the door. It fucking smelled like raw sewage.
Oh my god.
It was like he took a week's worth of shit in there.
Dude, I wish I saw it.
And it come to find out, it's because
That's what the toilet did.
comes to find out, he drinks 2 cups of tea a day, and that's all he's been drinking. 1 cup of tea in the morning and 1 cup of afternoon tea.
He's just dehydrated.
Yeah, I'm like, "Do you drink?" He's like, "Yeah, I drink." I'm like, "Often?" He's like, "Yeah, like twice." Twice? What do you drink? Like, you know those little teacups you see in a Chinese restaurant and dim
Little
sum?
bullshit.
Yeah.
Ass ones you got to fill up like 20 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He drinks. He's been drinking 2 of those a day recently because he hasn't felt thirsty.
Hmm.
So it was $150 to take him to the doctor's office for a bottle of water to take a fucking week's worth of dump.
Wow.
And I could only laugh. I wasn't mad or anything. I'm just like, this
Like,
is
what the fuck?
such an old fucking person thing to do. So now we're forcing. Now we're forcing him to drink water.
Test your might.
Dude, he looks like a Mortal Kombat 1 Shang Tsung without the facial hair, man.
Nice.
But that was the fucking Dr. Rick. He's like 86 too. No canes, no nothing, working around just fine. Some Asian genes.
Yeah, man.
I got fucked up by Tyler. Tyler,
Yeah.
you listening? He texts me once in a while,
He's gonna
and
fuck you up too, Tyler.
and we we chat usually like about a release or just hi, how you doing thing.
Yeah.
So I wasn't expecting nothing, and he was like, "Oh, you know how Bobby loves dad jokes, dad puns?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "I've got a great fish meme I want to use. Do you know any fish memes?" And I was like, "Oh, man, I don't know. Let me think about it." And then he posted, "Let me know when you think of one." And then the fucking dog face. Like I was fucking at work. I was like, "Ooh!" Like my coworker was like, "What?" I was like, "Nothing. It's fine."
It's fine.
And
Wow.
I texted Bobby right away. "Did you put him up to this?"
Yeah, and it's funny because all I saw was like 3 notifications on my phone, and the first one was Tyler sending a photo. It said Tyler sent a photo. The second one was Joe saying "fuck," and the third one was Joe saying, "Did you put him up to this?" I knew what time it was.
I mean, they don't actually make me upset. It's just like, like it's a funny
So
upset
gullible.
because I keep
I
getting.
walk right into
I
that.
wasn't expecting that from somebody else other than Bobby. Now, like I
So Tyler told me to hit you with it, and I was like, "It's too close. He's on alert."
yeah, because
Can't.
like
Oh,
I-
yeah.
he's got me a couple good ones.
Yeah.
Now I'm always thinking,
Let me know.
but that was good.
Can you explain it to me?
Can you use it in a sentence?
Can you explain it? I'm sorry. What?
Can I have the definition?
I need you to explain it.
You guys were talking about gyms in
Like as in
Rubies,
jewels and
emeralds.
no,
rubies?
as in high school.
Yes,
on,
yes,
on
yes.
SCU.
Yeah.
Gymnasiums.
Which reminded me of something I completely forgot until now. We had a gym teachers who give you you have to participate. Your participation grade, you have to take a shower.
Really?
He has to
This is in
see.
China?
No, this is in military boarding school.
Oh, it's even worse.
Like he like there's a big group shower thing, and he would sit in the entrance and mark you off. He said you have to take a shower after the class, or else you don't count as having participated. So
Dude, that's suspect as
we
fuck.
all
Well,
so
I was. Oh, go ahead.
yeah. So like that brought back that memory. I'm like, I mean, we always thought it was weird, and we joked about him being a pedophile, but none of us were like
Dude, you
offended
should-
or like crying about it. But
You should totally sue that school now.
I was saying on SCU
Hashtag you too.
something I had never really considered. My elementary school gym teacher's name was Mr. Palmer, and then our middle school gym teacher was Mr. Fister.
Oh yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
they had some good ones on you.
Mr. Fister was a little. There was some strangeness with that dude.
I don't recall.
He didn't have make sure he has to watch you shower before he gives you a grade.
He used to there was nothing that strange, but he was definitely there during changing times, like all the time. And I don't know if that was policy or if he was just going above and beyond in Call of Duty.
His policy.
Yeah.
One of my art teachers tried to fuck me.
What was his name?
Guy or girl?
It was a girl.
Old or young?
I mean, she was older than me, obviously, but she was younger. She was younger.
So,
I mean, right now she's probably
Miss Struthers?
No. Oh man, dude, you loved her.
Yeah. I hated
Love.
that
so
fucking bitch.
did you?
No, I didn't actually.
Miss Struthers, my mom cursed out.
I wonder if I could find her on here.
And I remember my mom was like, so I went to go meet with her. This bitch walks in wearing a trash bag. Like, she used to wear like very artsy clothes, you know.
Hippie, stippy, the bohemian
like,
style.
No, like almost like this is a statement. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, it's an art teacher, right?
fashion is trash and we are fashion.
Oh, Dare Leak
Yeah,
from
she's dumb.
from fucking Zoolander.
Yeah.
What was the big deal that you had with her? There's something that happened.
She gave me a D.
That was it.
Because you didn't give her the D.
No, nothing
okay.
like that. She gave me the D, so to speak, and my mom was furious. My mom stood up for me. It was like one of the only times, like, because I guess my mom said, she was like, he can draw,
Right.
you know, like, what the fuck? Like, how the fuck does he get a D? What's everybody else getting? But it was probably because, you know, I wasn't completing assignments the way I was supposed to, or they're like, you know, draw from real life, and then like, here comes Superman, you know, or whatever, you know, X-Men. So it was one of those bizarre things. But she cursed her out on the phone. She cursed her out. And like, I remember Miss Struthers kept saying, well, and my mom going, oh, well.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
But I remember we were doing a Type 3 project, and we were using her area. And like, there was something like, she would not mess with you at all. Like, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, they got into it. I don't know all the ins and outs of
you
it.
realize we were using your fucking Citadel paints to paint those boards?
Yeah, dumb.
So dumb, dude.
Dumb.
I'm surprised your dad didn't find out and get pissed off about that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Expensive ass paint, little bottles of paint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, we were hand painting every one of those things.
We were like young Alex Rosses.
Every once in a while, I'll find like a sketchbook or some pages of that project.
I have some.
And I'm like, damn, dude, I really wish we did this.
I have some in the other room.
I have a stack of like just doodles and drawings I've done throughout my life from when I was young. I don't know what to do with it. I don't want to throw it away, but I'm like, this is just a fucking waste of space.
What about noodles? What about macaroni art? Do you have a stack
Oodles
of
of
that?
noodles.
Oodles of noodles. Indeed.
And doodles.
Yeah, but I don't
Continue.
want to throw them away, but I don't know.
I mean, they're still good. You can boil them.
Dude, man, when I was young, we used to eat that shit raw.
Hey, man.
Like you open the seasoning,
Crunchy.
you open the bag, you open the seasoning, dump it in the bag, and just crush up the
Yeah,
noodle, and
man.
you just eat it raw.
Yeah, man. I'm down.
I'm not with the shits on that one. No, thank you.
It's salty. It's like crunched up potato chips.
It's fine. I'm good.
A little beef flavor.
I'll just go buy a potato chip bag.
Bouillon.
I need potato chips.
Bouillon.
Bouillon.
Oh, it's herby.
Yeah. No thanks.
Watch Doom again.
With the
The
Rock
movie, yeah.
Oh, true.
Well, Krista hasn't watched. Dude, like all this movies is like Krista is like she wasn't a human being until she was past 20.
I remember they show like
So everything from before that she doesn't exist.
the climax of the movie is shot in first person shooter.
I mean that was.
Come on.
I thought that was a
man.
cool homage, bro.
You know.
It was done poorly.
I mean, it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it was done poorly. Like it wasn't.
Too much. It's too much.
But I like the idea.
Dude, it's Doom.
Yeah, you give it a quick shot. You could make a cool Doom movie, but you got to go to hell. You can't be fucking around on Mars or wherever the fuck.
I mean,
they were
that's
at.
where they are in the game.
On Mars.
Yeah, on Mars.
I thought they were in hell.
No, they go to hell through Mars.
Yeah, well, go. Well, okay, then fine. Then go to Mars and go to hell. But you got to go to hell. You can't just be having a bit of a
That was
walkabout.
Doom 2, not Doom 1.
Maybe.
Doom 1 is just an infestation that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but nobody wants that. Everyone wants the hell.
Well, everyone wants the new Doom. That shit is awesome.
I remember when you got to the final boss in Doom 2, and it was like,
They climb up that thing and shoot that hole.
Shoot the hole in the mouth, and then if you clip through it with a cheat code, you see a dude's face in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that shit.
ID clip.
it was good.
Yeah,
It was good.
but the new Doom is good. The sequel of the new Doom is coming out soon.
What
actually.
was the God mode code?
I don't remember.
ID.
These nuts.
Murphy. Eddie Murphy.
What else? Hellraiser Judgment. That's the newest Hellraiser from this past
Is
year.
that the female one?
What? No. Maybe. No. What? No.
No.
No, it's the newest one.
It's a new Pinhead, right? New actor.
Yeah, this one and the one before that, we don't have Doug as a Pinhead.
Is it still the same canon? Is it rebooted?
I don't know. It's interesting. The ending is weak. The very end is weak, but I enjoyed it. It's like a.
It's a weekend.
Fuck you guys. But if you're in the Hellraiser series, I would watch it. It's better than the last one, the one before this. It's like a little mystery. And lastly, Joe Rogan's been on a roll lately. His podcast.
He had a boat.
Joe
He's been
Rogan
rolling about-
crashing the fucking stock market is what he's doing. You hear about that?
It's dumb.
It is dumb.
It's dumb. He had Elon Musk. He had this third libertarian who's running for New York.
Uh-huh.
Oh, sweet. What
Sharp.
does Elon Musk think of MMA? They didn't cover that?
Not at all. It was good. Like
How dare
I've listened to like a handful of Joe Rogan podcasts every time he brings up MMA.
There's certain things he's interested.
Yeah, and I'm like, but I don't care.
But
I
like the
don't care.
Elon Musk one was super interesting. Like just
It
to
was.
see him talk as like a normal fucking human being.
He is a
He's
strange
eccentric.
cat. I mean, he's
You
cool.
have to be.
He's cool, but
I like him
Like,
a lot more
he's-
now. He's a lot more like a real person to me.
yeah, but he's like one of those dudes you can tell he's like a tortured genius.
Yes, his face. Like he looks like he's in pain.
Yeah,
Like
seriously.
it's through his eyes. Like this is the thing. Like this is one of the reasons I want us to eventually somehow get to a recorded show because I know most people listen to podcasts, but I always watch podcasts on YouTube, and there's a difference. Just listening to someone
It's
and
not all about you, Joe.
missing like the facial
Yeah,
expressions
yeah,
and
yeah.
body
Yeah.
language is so much more to it.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
That Tosi, the Hawaiian congresswoman.
I know.
on,
Well, that's that Hawaiian burger joint.
Big Kahuna Burger.
Big tuna burger.
And what else? He had Larry somebody.
The cable
yesterday.
guy.
No, Larry, the guy who was in prison on death row
Oh,
for
for 22 years, yeah.
I listened halfway. It was good, and then I turned it off when he started talking about having visions and stuff. I'm like, I can't do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm really
Too much for you?
That's too much. That's too
Too
rough.
much? Too rough?
Yeah,
Ain't
and he had somebody else. And he had Neil deGrasse Tyson recently.
that
so
was
he's been
good.
on a
That's
fucking
good.
roll with
Nice.
Yeah. And then Dave Rubin got back off of his month off in August that he does. That's some good ones on for him.
Yep.
So, anything else, Joe?
No, that's my nerd week.
Bobby?
I finished Valyrian.
Good?
It's a piece of shit.
It is.
It's a piece of shit. Like the world building stuff that I liked,
Yeah.
it goes out the window because of how bad the fucking movie is.
Okay.
Like
But I mean, that's what we said though. I said it wasn't
the
good.
moment that the lead female is abducted.
Killed?
No. The movie turns to a piece of shit. Like
I agreed.
but
Do you like the white aliens?
yeah,
They were the most interesting part.
there's
for
a
me.
lot of stuff in there that I think is cool.
Yeah.
But it's so bad. Like the movie's just so.
Do they ever
bad.
explain how that world works?
Kind of.
Say the city of a thousand worlds?
Yeah.
Yeah, they explain
At
that.
the very beginning.
So what was the deal with it?
It's just like this hub where a lot of people come and share information and such and such. It's like the town center of the universe.
Well, it started out as on Earth as our international space station, and
Yeah.
different nations keep adding modules, and then aliens start showing up and adding modules.
Yeah.
So it became a huge
Is
fucking
it?
thing.
Yeah.
Now is it some kind of like space, like where the space is bigger on the inside than the
Space.
outside?
No, it's just a huge fucking conglomerate
Okay,
of things now.
okay.
Yeah, and they had to they had to move it away from Earth because it was starting to have its own gravity.
Okay.
So now it's like in the middle of space and like a hub for all kinds of aliens.
Cool.
It's not good.
How do they power it?
It's alien technology. I don't fucking know.
Huh.
Space stuff.
Space juice.
Space juice. It's actually
0 point energy.
Manny magic.
Yeah, Manny Magic.
Gotcha.
I watched Infinity War again. Dude, that
did
thing
I.
is fucking
did I.
awesome.
Did you do commentary?
No.
I thought you usually do that first.
Oh, yeah, no. I did. I listened to the commentary. Yes. But I need to listen to it again because I was getting distracted on the end of it, and so I need to listen to it again.
There's a couple of things I've noticed on the second viewing. Like one, like they got the gauntlet off of him, and he grabs it with his fingers, his 4 fingers and his thumb, and
Yeah.
pulls it back in. And then like Scarlet Witch was like pushing him back, and he's using the Power Stone and the Reality Stone trying to fight her, and he couldn't, like, he could barely get there, and he was all winded at that. And then, like, I can't, like, you don't realize when Thor throws Stormbreaker, he shoots every power at it, and Stormbreaker doesn't even fucking slow down.
Yeah.
It's like so tight. It's like, I love the fact that, like, all the rules of that universe are a little bit more complex than we give it credit for. Like, the Infinity Gauntlet is still fucking powerful as fuck, but it's not like all powerful. You know, it's still,
You talked about this last
I
week.
love that shit.
No,
man.
I
It's
do
so
too.
cool. It's so cool because it's such a dangerous concept for a movie.
We don't see him use the Soul Gem. Like there are
Probably that's what he needed to kill half the people.
and
I
we
think
don't
that the Soul Gem can bring people back to life or kill people.
and I don't know if we see him use the Mind Gem. Like there are like he uses mainly the Reality Gem, the Power Gem, and the Space Gem. Like
A little bit of the time.
yes, and then that time at that one moment.
Yeah.
But we don't see him use a lot of it at the other ones, if at all.
I mean, that's part of why I liked it. Part of the thing I gave an excuse of why it didn't seem as powerful as could be like in the comic books. It's like, as Neil, he just got this shit and he's learning to use it, and you can see him putting effort forth in using each thing.
Yeah, we don't even really know what the Mind Gem does.
Yeah, mind control.
Well, I hear you, but like, what is it? What about the mind allows him, gives the snap anything more? Like, he can just find everybody. He can like connect to everybody's consciousness.
Maybe
in
you
the
just
universe?
need all six to just alternate the rules of the universe like that.
Yeah, I just think it's like it's
A
you know,
complete
it's
set.
It's like a fuel injector and a
maybe.
radiator, but like we have them together and make a cargo.
Yeah.
Maybe it makes his mind powerful enough to fulfill that task.
Maybe, but we don't see him use it at all. So I don't.
Yeah.
You know, that is something that's
Because
interesting to me.
he's a fighter.
And a driver and a flyer.
Because we saw Loki use the mind when it was in the scepter. Because he's not a fighter.
But I think that's probably the greatest comic book movie ever.
Yeah.
Like I think Dark Knight is the best movie about a comic book character, but this is the greatest comic book movie ever.
Yep, agree.
Yeah, I might. Yeah, I think it's easy to co-sign that. You know, the cool thing about Thanos, like, keeps on grabbing me about him, is how compassionate he is.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's
like,
why he's
even
a hero.
no, he's not. Even when,
compassion.
even when, you know, he's like, he's looking at Star-Lord, and he's like, I like him, daughter. You know what I mean? Like, he likes his dedication, and even like, he's like, Stark, you're not the only one who's cursed with knowledge. And he's like, at the end, he's like, I admire you, Stark. He's like almost like holding there, like, I respect you. And I, you know, when I'm done, half humanity will be alive, and I hope they remember you.
Yeah.
And like, he honored his agreement with Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
You know, like, the smart thing to him to do would be just to kill Stark.
Yeah, wipe him out.
But that's not the rules. He's not a in his mind, he's not a villain.
No,
so therefore
right, not
he
at
won't
all.
He won't do villain things just to get the upper hand.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why he
He has a
didn't.
flawed, noble cause.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
know?
I agree with all those things.
Anti-hero.
I don't know. No, I don't know why.
The path to hell is paved with good intentions, Joe.
Like, cause it seemed I don't know why he didn't kill Thor. That's one thing I keep.
He agreed to that as well.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
in the
Okay.
Yeah,
beginning.
he agreed for Loki to give him the space stone.
Okay. All right.
So why the fuck didn't Loki just use that shit to get them out of there? There's a couple of different things in that. Like, I'm thinking if I had the time gem and I could fucking teleport, I'd be like, hey, Stark, let's give everybody nanotech Iron Man suits. Look what it's done for Spider-Man. Let's give one to Star-Lord. Let's give everybody. Let me get one too.
I think
You
your
know?
ability to use your gem also depends on you.
I hear you, but I mean,
Like-
we've already seen a rookie ass Doctor Strange use
He has
the
gifted
time gem.
in the arcane arts though. He was already training for that
yeah,
shit.
but dude, open a portal to Earth. Have Friday shoot some more.
If someone just handed you gems that says this can make you teleport and doesn't say
No,
anything about it, how can you just?
the sling ring makes him teleport. The sling ring makes him teleport.
Oh
like,
yeah.
So it's like, hey, I mean, maybe we don't know if the sling ring has a range. You know,
I'm saying about the gems. Why don't you use the gems to do certain things? I'm like, I don't know if you could.
I'm not.
Like
I'm
the
not,
Power Stone, you can't even hold it without fucking exploding unless you have the power of friendship.
That's true. That's true. Which Thanos doesn't have because he no longer has. any
He's his
friends.
own friend.
And it is funny too. Like when he came, he's like, I guess so and so is dead. He's like, the toll of this day is great.
Yeah.
There's like a couple of really good lines from him.
Yeah. Well, I said to
I
Jaina.
love them.
So Jaina had this week a math homework that was intended to be fun. Now, to be fair, she had the most challenging level of this game, and it's like a fucking coaster. And on the coaster, it has 4 numbers.
Like a roller coaster?
No, like, and on the coaster it has 4 numbers, and you have to multiply, divide, add, or subtract. You can only use each tool once in order to obtain the number 24.
Gotcha.
It's intended to be fun.
What about 45?
Yeah, I wish it was 45. But she's stubborn, she's hard-headed, and like she got super frustrated. She couldn't get this one. She got she like had to excuse herself, like went upstairs and like cried. And I could hear her crying. Like, so I fucked with her about it. You know, like, so like she like
Such a fucking monster.
like she came down, she was like, I can't do that, and I was like, me. And she was like, it's impossible. And I was like, search your feelings. You know it to be true. But she was like, I'm not doing this homework. I'm not doing it. And I ran upstairs and I ran up behind her and I was like, dread it. Run from it. Destiny arrives all the same.
Oh, God.
So she eventually came back down and we worked through it, you know, and it was fine, you know, and she felt better about it, like but she just, I got fucking homework time, man, can be such a disaster here. Like, we've had one issue with Selena so far and one issue with Jane. We're like 2 weeks in, or 1 week in this fucking school year so far. So.
Oh, just this week? Fuck.
Yeah, just last week, right?
Yeah. The second week.
Let's see what else. I watched the movie Father Figures with, I always want to call him Jason Owen. That's my buddy that was killed. Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson.
Is that the one where the dad was the absentee and he's back in, in the daughter's life or something?
No. So it was these 2 brothers, and they're on a mission to find their birth father.
Okay.
And they go around because their mother was a real
Slut?
She enjoyed the temptations of the skin, of the flesh. And so they're trying to find their birth father, and they go to like 4 or 5 different fathers where they end up finding the answer to that.
Oh, so it's
both
like
the same father?
Yeah, they're twins.
Okay.
So it's like a Maury.
Yeah. Anyway, it was fine. It's pretty much exactly what you think it would be. There's a few laughs. There's some heartwarming moments. There's, you know, it's all that kind of shit. But it's long. Like, I can't remember off the top of my head how many father candidates there are, but let's say there's 4. Could have had 3.
Okay.
Would have been fine with 3.
Gotcha.
And then let's see what else I did. Watched Infinity War. I know I did something. I started watching Iron Fist. Fell asleep on it almost immediately.
Yep.
So it's my mission to get through that.
Good luck.
This next week, but we'll see. And I feel like there's some other stories that I'm really, really missing.
Did you have notes on your phone about it?
I'm sure they'll come to you.
Oh,
later.
I
you
read.
do have notes about it.
Yeah, I've already spoken on those. I read Punisher. I forget the name of it. One of 3 books that
War Zone.
No, something. I mean, might
War
as well
Journal.
Be. Might as well be. But
Death Zone.
It's like
Danger Zone.
Death Killer War Zone. There's 3 volumes. I read the first volume. Pinkerton let me hold it, and it's good. I mean, it's.
What did he say about it?
FYI, Pinkerton loved the Hawkeye, but he didn't want to tell you because he thinks that if he says he likes it, you're going to hate it.
Well, then
He's learned.
no, because he
quite quickly.
He dropped them all off at once.
Okay, I'm just telling
You
you.
know what I mean?
I'm telling you,
Because he was like, I love this.
from his mouth to my ear,
Okay, fair enough. But he was like, I love this, which was the Spider-Man.
throwing you off,
And then he's like,
throwing you off.
I love this.
Trick bag.
Yeah. Anyway, there was the fuck man. What was I talking about? This
War Zone.
So it's good. I mean, it's fine, really. It's just
You're not a big fan of the Punisher anyway.
no. It's got a good mood to it. Like the art and story kind of match, and it's moody and all that kind of stuff. But it's just Punisher, man. It's just exactly what you think it's gonna be. It's him going around killing people. And like and that's fine. But like I've read Punisher books, and every time somebody's like, "Dude, but have you read Punisher Max?"
Dude, I love Max. Like, I understand. Like, Max has a lot more story than most.
He's not happy. He's been using brand X.
But here's my thing with Punisher Max. I like the fact that he like is talking to God and the devil. That makes him more interesting. Like, it's literally the angel and the demon on his shoulder. I'm good with that. But outside of that, it's still the same.
The villains were interesting. There's more twists and turns to it. I mean, how far do you get?
I read the first volume. That was like,
I don't know.
I don't know.
But I mean, I remember enjoying it. Like, there's more story to it, and stuff. Yes, he ends up going around trying to kill people, but there are more obstacles, I guess.
It's just like
trying, Joe.
Now you
I'm
put
sure
him.
he succeeded.
You
At
put him in
something
an
killing
apartment
people.
building and he shoots people, and then you put him in a submarine and he shoots people, and then you put him in a fucking boat.
But I like the villains. I like Max. Bullseye. I like the Kingpin, and I like Barracuda.
I don't think Bullseye. I don't know. I remember Jigsaw being in it.
Yeah, Bullseye is very different in Max than his regular character.
But I don't know.
He was a thinker, and it was like
and a driver.
God damn it!
Like he figured out where
For you guys not watching, I leaned back away from the mic and I leaned forward real quick because I moved back from the mic. Can't hear anything you say, so you got to really be close, and I missed my opportunity.
But yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah,
it's just
he figured out where his storehouses were.
I'm not sure if I'm any better for reading it.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't feel like I learned anything more about him. I don't think that it delved into any deeper lore. And sometimes, obviously, that's not going to happen. But
they went through that Bullseye was like.
I'm saying in this book I read.
Oh, in this book, okay.
Yeah. And then I'm sure other shit if I remember it.
You'll come back later.
Yeah.
But I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I'm getting into a good point about mine,
I'm sorry.
I'll come back.
Go ahead.
You know anything else?
I'm sure I do. I know I do. I just can't remember. I can't recall.
So this week I watched. I was waiting for you to.
Yeah,
jump
no,
in.
you have to be halfway through the title.
Okay. So I did watch some Iron Fist. Boring as fuck, man. Like, it's really boring. I don't care. I don't care. And the fucked up bit about it is, I have a buddy who's he's a legitimate Iron Fist fan. So I've never read an Iron Fist book, I don't think. So I've been like, he updated me with like all the shit that was different from the first one, and he's like, yeah, they took some liberties here. There's like little things in this one he already told me about, like the clan that the Silver Serpent or whatever went to get his power from. They kind of mixed it in somehow, but it's totally different. And I'm like, it's fine. I don't care about that, but I mean, isn't he good? He's like, well, objectively, he's like, Iron Fist is hands down the weakest of the Marvel shows. Hands down. He's like, but I objectively like this season better than the first. And I was like, what do you mean you objectively like? He's like, just the cinematography is better, the acting is better.
How's the action?
He said the fight.
It's got to be better.
Yeah, he said that's
It was
better.
Shit.
He said it's not as slow paced as the first one. I'm like,
But
really?
you're bored already.
I'm like, really? Well, I guess the first time though, I was like, who is this guy? I want to see the Iron Fist, and you don't see it till like episode 6 or some shit in the first season. It was like forever. He's like in a fucking insane asylum for half a goddamn series, not literally, just exaggerating a little bit. So I think I'm 2 or 3 episodes in, but it's like one of those things where if I start a show, I usually 99.9% of the time finish it. I mean, it doesn't matter if like I'm like, binge watching and it's like 11 o'clock and I got to get up at 2 a.m. and I'm like, I like got 5 minutes into this one. I'm like, fuck it. I've already watched 5 minutes. I got to finish it. And this one, like I've been taking breaks, just walking away. Like, I'm going to pause this. Let me go fucking paint.
I'll tell you, the fact that this, like, it doesn't seem connected at all to the events of Infinity War, like,
it's a turn off.
It distanced itself for me from that universe where, like, I'm starting to not view it as even related. Like, I'm starting to not view it as it taking place in the same universe.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then that makes me less committed to the idea of watching them.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe, I might have the same feeling that you say it. I just, every once in a while they'll throw in something like a Thor comment or something else, and that'll make me feel good. But yeah, I don't care. I don't care if it's disconnected. It can be connected in my head. It can be disconnected. It doesn't matter. I just want a good story. I do like the fact that it seems as though the fuck is going on with this thing today, man. It seems as though the events of the Defenders is affecting Danny. It doesn't seem like there's anything to do with Luke Cage, which I enjoyed Luke Cage a lot better. So than the Defenders, and like I wouldn't mind being back in that place. Like, give me some more Luke Cage. Anyway, dude, I've been watching this fucking show on Netflix, this cartoon called Paradise PD. It's so funny.
This is the cartoon?
It's really funny. And the funny thing is today a guy that I was coming to work and I'm like, hey man, what you been doing recently? He's like, oh, man, I've been watching, you know me, I just watched some dumbass shows like Paradise PD. And I just made a face like, you like it too. And I'm like, yo, he's like, dude, isn't that the funniest shit? Like this one, I'm going to go ahead and ruin it. Okay. This is the kind of shit you gotta deal with when you fuck with me.
It's from you, so it's fine. Yeah.
So there's this one black cop. So it's this hick town of like these cops, and they all fucking suck. It's like if you took Reno 911, you multiplied it by F is for Family and a little bit of South Park. That's pretty much where you're going there, and maybe some Family Guy. So
okay.
This one black guy is the only black guy on the force, and of course there's always like some racial stuff because it literally is a monster's truck meth making hick town, but he's from Chicago and he's got PTSD, so he doesn't carry a gun, and so they finally make him carry a gun. He's walking in the street just pulling the gun on everybody. Like he saw somebody with a knife, he's like a kid cutting up spaghetti, right? So he walks by, he's like, "You drop the gun," and he's in front of a bulletproof glass making thing, and he sees his own reflection. So he shoots himself. The bullet bounces off and hits him in the leg. He's like, "Oh, my dick, not my dick." But it was, it just hit his leg. Well, the dash cam of him doing it from the perspective, it looks like two black guys pointing the guns at each other for a reflection. So the news media gets on him about like the Fox News, like, "In this gangbanger try to kill a cop," and then like the CNN is like, "Another cop tries to kill an unarmed black man," right? So he ends up becoming like a two-face, like a split personality because all the stress. It's like one side of him's like G Money and the other side's like, Officer Gregory or whatever the fuck his name is. And they just do some shit that's so funny, man. So at the end, they don't know how to get him out of this. So you find out one of the other cops like gave the dash footage to the news media. So they're like, he's like, "Come with me, I know how to fix it." It's like, "We'll never get away from the news media." And like the news media is chasing him, and Anderson Cooper's on top of the thing like something out of Mad Max, like and everything. So they go into the woods, and the media comes up, and all of a sudden you see him, and there's also a fat officer, and there's like this really hot, crazy chick, right? So you see him having sex with a fat officer, like, and he's got like a plaid shirt on with a "Make America Great." It's like, we have a black Trump supporter having sex with a gay Muslim while they're performing an abortion on a transsexual Muslim while they're performing an abortion on a pro-choice gay Nazi. She's like a Nazi symbol on her shirt, but it's a rainbow and it says pro-choice underneath it. And they're like, "Well, we agree with some of these things," like both of them. And then finally, like one of the news anchors, like head like explodes. He's like a fucking robot. It was just like, it's fucking perfect. It's like it's one of those shows that can like look at how that's kind of the South Park element of it. It can like look at how stupid we are about things and really get down to the nitty gritty of it. So it was pretty funny, man. And some of the shit that they do, you're like, oh man, you could only do this they couldn't do this shit on Comedy Central. Like they can only do this on Netflix. So it's like that's at F is for Family type, like raw, like, cussing and whatnot. So I've been enjoying that. That's been pretty good. Finished season 2 of The Good Place. Man, I think that is one of the most interesting stories. It's funny. It's good. It's good people. Brian Brink hit me up about it. He really enjoys it. Season 3 is about to start, which is kind of it's a pleasant surprise because I thought the show was canceled after the first season. It was a cliffhanger ending. So you have this one premise. You think they can only go one direction with it, and they go a whole new direction with it. And now in the season 2, they opened up to a whole other new direction. And I don't know if it's just brilliant writing or they're just like coming up with new shit on the fly and being successful. But the season 3 seems to be pretty good. It's got a lot of, it's interesting because it's a comedy. It's an interesting concept, but it also does dive into some like really good moral issues. Like, why are you doing good things? Are you doing good things just because you're going to be rewarded? Are you looking for your ethical dessert? Or are you doing good things to do good things? And so I say that to say this, Mr. Minister. What do we call him?
The good minister?
The good minister. I was going to say the honorable minister. Went to church today. Read a little Matthew chapter 5 through 7. He'll probably be all about that. But about, doing good just to do good, not to show everybody you're doing good.
How did you end up at church today?
I just went to church today, man.
I mean, no, you can't just say that. You can't. There's got to be something more to it.
No, I mean, it's just like a group of people in a church.
What group of people?
Some work people.
Okay, so they invited you to go to church with them.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so that's the story. It's not
Yeah,
just.
so
It's not. I just woke up and was like, you know what, I need today? Church.
I've actually been going with them like every Wednesday for a few weeks now, for a few months now.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, how does that work when you're working?
it's at work.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like time, like you have time to go and do, at church. So it's like kind of
Oh,
go.
the church at work. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I work in a hospital. We have a little chapel there.
yeah. Just get together, like half an hour, like a break. Instead of going to your break, go to church. Yeah.
Church is chicken.
Sometimes there's chicken there.
I didn't expect that.
I'm thinking about trying to go vegetarian.
Really?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Do it.
I'm thinking about giving it a shot, and not for any physical health reason.
Ethical issues, right?
No, not for that either. I know how crazy this sounds, and I can't say anything about it other than it made sense to me.
Okay.
And like I said, I haven't committed because giving up chicken and seafood would be very difficult.
I
for
mean,
me.
you don't eat that much variety of stuff to begin with.
Right? It's just chicken and seafood that I mainly eat meat wise.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to ask what kind of vegetarian, because some
I
vegetarians
don't
eat
know.
eggs,
I don't
some
know because
eat eggs.
he was doing an interview and it wasn't about diet. It just came up.
Who's he?
Styles. A gangster and a gentleman.
Okay.
He's like a juice bar now. Like he's heavy
Okay.
into like this side.
I don't know
of
who
shit.
Styles is.
Is
Is it a rapper?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're really into music though, David Brent.
All right. It's not music. It's people talking to a beat.
Something someone who does
Slam
who's not into
poetry?
music would say. So he was talking about how he's really into this juice bar and he got like healthy and all this shit, mind, body, soul, blah blah blah. And they were like, why did you? He was like, look, I believe in energy, and he was like, and when you have an animal that's going to be slaughtered, like what is going through that animal? You know what I mean? Like what is that animal's feeling? Like if it's in a pen and it's got nowhere to move, or
Sometimes a bolt.
right. But you know, like that anxiety and that whatever, where does that energy go? And is that energy in what we're consuming after it's been killed? You know, and like I started thinking about it because he was like, you know, they were saying like you've calmed down so much, and he was like, yeah, I was really angry, you know, and he was like, and I stopped eating meat and I stopped being angry, and he was like, and I'm not like, he's like, I'll wear a leather jacket, you know what I mean, like it's not, I'm fighting for the animals. He's just like, you know, I'm raising this as a thing, and it just when he said it, I was like, damn, it does work for my sensibilities, but I honestly don't think I can do it just because I mean, chicken is a big part of my weekly diet. It was I was turkey. It was like chicken stepfather.
Yeah, it's like every day.
You know, I had turkey today. I had chicken last night. I'm having chicken tonight. You know, like all I eat is fucking chicken and then seafood when we're up a little bit. You know? Like I love a good steak. Like I love it, but I can go without steak the rest of my life, no problem. Bacon would be a tricky one, you know, because I like a sandwich with bacon on it. But like I don't need bacon with it.
Would you find like supplements that like vegan bacon, vegan burgers or whatnot?
Probably not.
They just make you mad.
No,
It's not the real thing.
No. I think that we are getting better technologically to like analyze why something tastes a certain way, and like there's like a burger that they made, like a vegan burger, and it looks like real meat. It bleeds like this. It's not really blood,
Right.
But you know, it's juicy, like, and it tastes like real meat. And you know, people are like this is like, I mean, it's expensive to make.
If you really can't tell the difference, that's fine with me. But like they say that, I've never had something that I couldn't tell the difference to.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah,
And it just makes me
But
mad because like if someone
getting-
gave me bacon and I ate it and it's a turkey bacon, I'm like, you didn't fucking give me bacon. Don't tell me you're giving me bacon. You give me turkey bacon.
It's the same.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's not the same. It's
right. No, but
yeah.
you know how people do that.
But it is getting better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah, I'm
like,
fine
like
with
my
that.
question is like, if it was 50% better, would that be good enough for you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like if you had turkey bacon, it's not horrible. You know what I
It
mean?
is if you want fucking bacon.
Joe, calm
Dude,
the fuck down. See, this is why you need to stop eating meat, Joe.
All I eat is meat, basically. Like 90% of my diet is fucking meat.
I'll co-sign that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But like, you know, if you had turkey bacon, it was improved 70% towards
Yeah, probably
bacon.
be slamming. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it'd be fine.
Yeah.
Be fine with that.
Yeah, but
Save this is making me anxious.
All right, calm down.
I keep looking at it. I'm like, fuck. it's because it's been good. We're not losing this.
Yeah.
But like I say, I'm not doing it for any, like I don't think I can do it in the first place. If I did do it, I would do it for like a month to see if there was any difference.
You got to at least do it 3 months. No, I'm not.
No, I hear you. I feel like anytime you talk about anything with anyone, that they're like, no, I'm like, I want to do it for 10 days. Like, you got to at least do it for 20 days. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever, not you, but just
people.
Talking to people
Yeah,
when you're like, yeah, I'm thinking about cutting the crust off my bread. I'm thinking about trying it for a week. Oh, you got to do 3 weeks no crust. Then after 3 weeks no crust, that's when it starts kicking in.
Well, most dietary things, if you're trying something, it takes that long for you to your habits to change, your brain chemistry to change.
Mm-hmm. Like I said,
can I have a science input?
Yeah,
nutrition.
Yeah.
What he's saying might sound woo, but there is a thing that is worried about, because when you're in a high intensity situation, adrenaline goes up, hormones go up. So they do think maybe it could get into the meat itself when they have an adrenaline dump right before they die.
Right.
So that could be a thing, but I don't think it's been proven yet whether it actually affects.
Right.
So that's root based there, but also like I don't think it takes that long for you to feel a difference. Like if you're gonna change your diet completely like that and just cut out the meat. Because like it's like medication. It flushes out your system. So if you ate meat today and you stop eating meat, it's not gonna take you like fucking a month for it to flush out all the meat in your system.
And if I did it, like it would be something. It wouldn't be for any drum beating purpose. You know, like I would never talk about it unless I was asked. Like I would never be like the animals, listeners, the animals. Like I'm fine. Put it on a leash, walking down the road.
That's how it starts.
As long as it's furry, I'm fucking with it. And if it's not furry, I'm not fucking with it.
One day you're saving the whales.
So father figures.
Okay.
Christopher Walken is in it.
Oh
Okay.
shit. Okay.
And he has.
Oh, tell me he's the real dad.
He has. No, he's not. But he
Spoiler.
He has arguably the most Christopher Walken moment in Christopher Walken history.
Really?
He plays a veterinarian.
Oh god.
And
I'm already there.
and they were like, you killed our cat. It was a sick kitty.
It was sick. Its tail couldn't wag.
And it was so like I had to get up and go to the bathroom. I was like, pause it. I need a moment,
Dude, I need that to be my ringtone.
dude. It was so good. Oh, and I also watched.
See?
Family Guy season 16, the latest season, episode 1. It's fucking.
Which one is
awesome.
that?
Is when he's trying to get Family Guy to win an Emmy.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
funny. Fucking funny.
That was good.
Yeah.
I kind of got bored. That was good. I got bored with Family Guy. I don't know what it is. It's like this.
You haven't watched it in a while.
It's like the same thing. It's like
Well, that episode.
that was good.
Yeah, because it was
They
about
go-
the episode
yeah, they
was
go
about
out.
one thing.
I like it when they break the fourth wall. When they break the fourth wall, those episodes tend to be better.
Well, I'm okay with like my thing. My Family Guy issue is that like you enjoy the episode and then like you're trying to tell somebody the next day. You're like, what was it about? You're like, yeah, because it's
Yeah.
not really about shit.
Yeah, it's true.
But that episode was actually it was about something.
Back to the vegetarian thing.
Yeah.
I got a guy that I work with, and he's become a vegetarian like the last I think 2 years. His wife's now a vegetarian. He's got his kids now eating vegetarian, and he has trimmed up. Like he wasn't like a ever out of shape guy, but he's that guy that's got a couple extra pounds. You know what I mean? He started running. Nothing was really changing, and now he runs all the time, and he's a vegetarian. But he swears by it. But I don't know, man, because like.
Well, mine would not be for any physical reason. Mine would be totally for mental health.
I hear you.
That would be the only reason why. My mental health is my shatter point. So it's the only thing I'm really willing. It's the only thing It's the only thing I'm really willing to make changes to my lifestyle to fix.
Oh, I mean that's a noble cause.
Yeah. You want to be better. It's good.
But regardless,
I mean, I think all that shit is connected, though. Your mental, physical.
No, I
you
do.
know.
I don't disagree with that one bit. I'm talking about just in terms of motivation.
Yeah. I mean, hey, man, I'll support you.
No,
I never give you a hard time.
No, it's good either way. But it was funny because I was like, one of the first after I had the thought, right? After I had the thought,
Dude, God damn it.
after I had the thought, I was like, dude, as soon as I go total vegan only, no eggs, no milk, no nothing, I'm 100% going to Adams to eat every week to make him work around my food schedule.
You never work around my food schedule.
Yeah, we do.
How do you work around-
Every time you guys come here, we make sure that we have options.
Okay.
100%. 100%.
All right. There's no bread.
So like if our goal is to have pizza,
Yeah.
you know, we're gonna make sure we order from a place that has a gluten-free option.
Right.
If we're gonna have sandwiches, our goal if we're gonna have crackers or some bready side shit, we make sure to have
Appreciate
a
it. I
non-bready.
appreciate it.
I mean, we take into account with every meal that we invite you guys to.
All right.
Anyway, anything else in your word?
So Pinkerton came by
Nice.
and worked on. We actually he brought a new set up. It's like there's a blue wall and it's like a basement door and like some water damage. And I was like, dude, you know what this thing needs is a hot water heater. So we actually made a hot water heater right then and there. I'll show you a picture of it real quick. And I was like, Chris, I'm a little upset, man, because I expected to see those pictures. I expected to see those pictures
Of the kitty cat.
of the kitty cat up, ASAP, and unfortunately, it's not. So this is the building. Got a little Freddie Mercury and
Michael.
and the hot water heater now is in the corner.
Uh-huh.
Not bad, right?
No.
It's all rusted to shit.
Rest of the blue is a bit much.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it's perfect.
Mm-mm.
I disagree. Agree to disagree.
I don't feel like I've never seen anything that bright blue. You know.
It says oxidation.
I know.
I don't think it's that bright.
Yeah.
You think it's
like
bright?
It's like yeah.
It looks
Have
like
you
a blue-
seen the
blue
Statue of
stripe.
Liberty?
Then the whole thing would be that color.
It's getting there. It's got to start someplace. And we also did some like grease in the top corner there. That pipe is leaking
Yeah.
right there,
Mm.
and a little bit right there, above the door, and there's some on the window as well.
Window.
But
In
dude,
the wall.
and the window and the wall, painted a little ghillie man.
I saw
So-
that somewhere.
Probably on Instagram. That dude.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, thank you.
Maybe the best thing I've seen you paint.
Did you see that 1/6 Gilman statue?
Dude, I kind
Looks
of
good,
want
right?
that. I kind of want that.
Yeah, it looks.
I'm not
looks
lying.
beautiful.
And then I got this purple prince right here. And I
Look at
did
his
that.
stupid fucking hair. It's fucking
I
stupid.
did see the bikes you did.
Yeah, the hair's stupid.
But then I got to thinking about it, and I was like, then it started irritating me.
What's that?
You did a great job. But I was just like, these fucking people riding around in fucking dark and grim, fucking purple bikes.
That's what I'm saying. The Emperor's children. They're
Yeah,
fucking douchebags.
they don't care. They don't care.
They're fucking douchebags.
It's dumb. Like, where you getting?
They are
Where
dumb.
you getting the paint? And why is the paint holding up so well? And,
Oh no, the paint's chipped to fuck.
But you know what's funny is in my younger days, I would have wanted to look pristine.
Yeah.
But now that I'm older, I'm like, I don't even like the idea that it's purple. I would almost want it to be like, you know, if I were to paint an Emperor's Army, whatever, Emperor's Children Army, like I would almost want it to be like vaguely noticeable as purple. Like,
Well, they're the Slanesh guys, so
I mean, that's why I have my guys black.
it's so
I would
boring,
do
dude.
black or
So
gray or
boring.
like OD green. You know,
I'll-
it's just more like fucking war.
I will
type
tell you
color.
though, painting that purple, working that purple, so to speak, has been so rewarding.
oh, it looks great.
So rewarding. Now, this is fun to paint.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah. But one thing with that and doing Chris's Emperor's Children that I like, and it's kind of a
Slow
little
down,
bit
James Gunn.
I'm sorry, Emperor's Children, Sons of Horus is
Both.
I build them all up from black. So like the reverse side, like the shadows are really dark.
yeah.
So it's almost like the armor's black with a purple. I mean, of course it's exaggerated, but it's like it's purple underneath the black, and the same with the green. That seafoam green. It's like black with the seafoam green.
I got that onslaught coming very soon. Like,
Okay.
so I need to get up with you
Dude,
for that.
am I weathering the whole thing?
No weathering at all.
Oh come on, dude.
No, because it would look ridiculous. You have one thing in the middle that's weathered, and then everything else is
The,
fine.
the other thing I've been enjoying is these.
Yeah, those have been
These
great.
just do it
Oh
shit.
my god.
So there's one with Michael Jackson. Believe in something.
not Michael
blah.
Jackson.
I mean Michael Jackson. Jeez, Michael J. Fox. There and then this one right here.
Yeah, but I'll tell you the best one still to me is that fucking Mayweather one.
Yeah, that was good too. Written his own word. This Jared chasing that kid.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the
So
Tanya
good.
Harding one.
Yeah.
Yes.
They've all been really good, man.
The slavery was a choice. The Kanye for Adidas.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I painted that finish I got for you, Joe.
It's not for me.
It's for you. This whole army is for you,
I'm
Joe.
not using.
I
As
did
soon
it
as
for
my
you.
primary. Is this why you're not finishing my primaris? Is because you don't want me to use them?
Yep.
It's bullshit.
Yep.
But yeah, so I'm gonna need to get up with you soon.
All right, man.
The problem with also weathering Transformers is if you ever want to transform them,
Yeah,
the weathering won't match up.
No, I don't want. I just wanted to.
I'm just saying in general.
Yeah, gray,
Yeah.
silver, brown, and purple. I think is all we need.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something I could tape off and just airbrush it real quick. Do you want it highlighted?
No.
You want it flat?
Yeah, because it's got to match. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's got to look like it's part of.
Gotcha.
You know what I
Arms
mean?
and legs.
Yeah.
You can just do the whole thing.
And actually, I have a whole military color palette, so I should be able to match theoretically.
Well, it'll be mainly trying to match the blast off.
Yeah, whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
like, is that similar color palette?
Similar.
Okay, yeah, I got those. Colors.
Yeah.
For the most part. I think something else. So yeah, Pinkerton came over. We worked on that. Had the painting bug here recently. I think that's something else that we watched. I just had Infinity War again, which is kind of the humble. Like we moved this TV, and it was just in the DVD player that we moved.
Dude, I could watch that. Replay value is. I
Oh,
think
it's definitely there.
It's probably the most replay value for a Marvel film.
Dude, somebody said something. I want to say it was the brothers said that the reason that the Avengers lost is because Steve and Tony weren't together, like in their mind, like they would have won if they were together. Like
What do you mean?
the Russo brothers?
Yeah, that Steve and
Like
Tony.
if they were together.
What do you mean by together? 'Cause
Except
they were
for,
like,
separate planets.
Well, I mean, like
they were there though.
no.
Oh, Steve and I was talking about Steve Strange.
Oh no. Steve
The
Rogers.
only Steve.
Steve Rogers.
I am Steve Rogers.
Yeah. It's my friend Tree. So I wonder if Groot's name is just Tree.
Yeah, I know.
Because he
I have
speaks
too.
Groot.
It's actually that's actually fucking me up a little bit. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm not sure I would like that.
Yeah. The only bit that I kind of like at the same time is kind of guilty pleasure is like, you realize, boy, the power of the star. It could kill it. You could die only if it kills me. Well, yes, that's what happened. You die.
It reminds me of
Yeah.
I don't not like you.
Yeah, it's not as bad.
No,
That's far worse.
No, yes, because it's such a travesty to that character. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like tone wise, I put it in the same place, but it's just like this troll wants to be a little goofy. It's not as bad as Batman being fucking goofy.
Yeah, and we've already established that Thor's on a goofy kick here recently.
Yeah.
Those Vikings had a great sense of humor.
I mean, even
It's a
from the
fact.
first one, he's like, over the top.
Yeah, he's more over the top, arguably, in the
Oh
first
yeah,
one.
slam
So
it
it's
down.
not- it's
Bring
not-
me another
Yeah,
winch.
than the second.
Bring me a
It's not a changing
steed.
character.
Yeah.
It's a place I can get a steed, maybe a donkey. Dude, I got a donkey story I want to tell you guys, but I can't tell you here.
That sounds like something that happened in Mexico.
No. Do you know what donkeys are bred for?
What?
To protect horses from wolves.
Really?
Donkeys will fuck up a wolf.
Oh, really?
I didn't know,
Know
that.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Test your might. I think that's pretty much it for me for Nerd Week. No. I finished Slaves to Darkness. It's like the last Horse Heresy book before they attack Terra.
Oh, they finally get there. Let me know when they actually get there, and I'll start reading
So
again.
this is it.
It's been
So
so
this
fucking
is-
dragged out.
All the Horse Heresy books are ending, and then the next ones they're gonna be a whole series that's gonna be called the Siege of Terra.
That's going to be like 86 novels.
It's gonna be 93, Joe. 93 novels, and it's gonna be a book about each squad, all 93 squads. Oh, I'm sorry, there's 93 just for the Sons of Horus, and there's another 94 set. So for no.
So by the time we're 67 or so, we might get to the end.
No, I'm sure it's gonna be wrapped up faster than 60 books. But the thing is, man, it's like they've done so much, and all of it has been good for the most part. The only bits that kind of blow me is when they take like 4 or 5 short stories and throw it into a book.
Yeah, the compilation.
But
stuff.
it's not like it's.
That was a weird emphasis on that syllable.
Dude, I can't say that word right. Krista gives me shit every time I say it.
Compilation.
Compilation. He said compilation.
It's fine, Joe. I like the way you say it. But it's not like they're selling. It's not like they have 3 short stories and then later they're putting together in a book. This is the book.
Yeah.
And I don't like that shit. Like if I buy a fucking book, I want it to be all one story.
Okay.
Like if they sell like short stories for cheaper amounts of money, I'll buy those individually. They'll probably make more money off of me.
Oh, I like compilations.
Yeah, me too.
Like they had
No, yeah, but I don't want to buy a novel thinking that it's a novel.
Oh, no,
and
they
it be
should
a
advertise.
compilation.
Oh, yeah,
they should
should let
say.
you know.
They should
They
say
don't.
3
Oh,
short.
don't.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not good. They should say 3 short stories
Yeah.
about.
Because I love that.
They used to do that.
The Star Wars one, the Tales of the Cantina or whatever, where it was like 10 short stories.
Established in the title.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it was like 10 short stories of background characters in the cantina. So, like, you know where they come from and, like, what their angle is. And, like, you're like, damn, that's fucking cool.
Did it test their might, though?
I can't remember if it tested their might. I know that, you know, the werewolf guy?
Yeah.
I know that when he stepped in the room, it was like, oh, shit.
We need that soundboard.
I know. Well, I got a plan. When we get the computer, I have a plan. I talked to Manny about it
Do
today.
you have a plan?
I have a plan. I'm a planner
And a driver.
I used it in a video I put up today.
Yes, I quite
I
enjoyed
bet you
that.
did. Does anybody even get it? Is that movie just
I don't,
so out of it?
I don't
Nobody
know.
knows.
I don't know because I used it. I used it in a like I had a visual reference, so I would hope that people got it. You know, but
Or at least they know where it comes from.
yeah. But if you wanna save this real quick, and then we'll get into notes, and I'll show you why you save this.
Don't worry about it. It's too late now.
Um,
To the news.
To the
Are we
news.
still going to do our fake news segment?
If
That's a good idea.
Yeah, if I find one, you know, in a week, we'll do.
You're
a
going to
fake
do like
news.
this? Can you do this?
Yeah.
That'd be a signal right there. Can you practice it real quick?
Yeah.
Let me see. There it is. I don't know if the tongue needs to stay in your mouth a little bit more.
I like to stick my tongue
right
out.
behind your teeth.
I'm so used to fucking with Leia now because she's like,
Gross, don't do that anymore. I hear your tongue coming out of your mouth.
Oh,
like
and mouth
Jabba.
noises.
in time you will learn to appreciate me.
What if he did have a wicked tongue game?
Oh, I watched.
There you go.
Yeah,
Think about it.
I watched the He-Man Masters of the Universe. Documentary.
I started watching it.
It's fucking great.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
got
buy
about
it.
20 minutes into it.
Yeah, it's
and I had to go to
fantastic.
bed.
Fantastic. Speaking of him, I have the studio. Mattel is getting ready to have their own film
So that's
studio.
why the movie was canceled?
I don't know. But this came from the He-Man.
And then they're going to have their own monthly subscription service TV show?
Yeah, definitely.
Fucking people, man. We
Definitely.
just need one distribution center now. That's it. Just
Or
one.
three, so that's competition.
Okay. That's
You,
very
hey, aren't
capitalistic.
you a free market guy,
That is
bro?
very capitalistic of you. I am,
Hey,
but we don't need 50, Joe.
You look at me like I'm not into capitalism. I'm not into crony
Sometimes
capitalism.
I'm still waiting for you to tell me you're a spy, Joe. Sometimes I'm waiting.
But I
Sleeper cell, bro.
You are
One
a
day.
sleeper cell, dude. Fucking physical specimen.
When
You know, works with drugs.
when his
Think
Chinese
about it.
takeover happens,
Have you seen his wall full of weapons that he sleeps under?
I have.
You fucking checking boxes, bro.
I have.
You're fucking checking boxes.
I like this. I think that this is mainly due to Mattel taking such a L since Toys R Us shut down. Like they fired a bunch of their fucking staff.
Oh,
and-
really?
Yeah.
It's all their fault. Toys R Us shut down.
I mean, I don't think it's necessarily
You
their
had
fault,
one job.
but I think it hurt them.
Oh, dude, I have that that giraffe skull sticker thing for you at my house. I was a Toys R Us kid or some shit like that.
Yeah. Cool.
Hey, you gonna put it in your car?
No, I'll put it over here.
Oh, I got two of them, so one can go in your car.
Okay.
All right.
Anyone was on my cars with that?
I don't. I just want to see what because you know how some people are like anti stickers on their car.
Yeah, I'm not
They're
a big
like,
sticker
yeah,
on
I'm
a
not
car
either.
guy.
Yeah,
But
I don't like
you've
it.
had stickers on your car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm like maybe one sticker on your car.
Yeah, I usually if I'm one or two.
Yeah, I could do it. Symmetry's good.
Yeah.
Symmetry's good.
Anyway, I think that this is an answer to that. I think that Hasbro is killing them right now, and I think that Hasbro having this license with Paramount, this co-op venture to do all their shit, plus Hasbro had a channel. Hasbro has a lot of.
they still have a channel.
They had.
They had a
Yeah,
channel,
they
yeah.
had a channel, but I think like just
People are hailing them all the time. So there's always
they're
that.
hailing them. But I think that it was those things. I'm okay with it though. Like I'm okay with Mattel. I mean Mattel. I wish that Mattel didn't have the license to DC.
Aren't you
That
looking
kills me.
forward to one of the lines of DC coming out? I remember when we were looking through the SDCC stuff, like one of the lines interests you.
Yeah, I think they look great. I just don't know if their scale is always wonky. Like I think that the ones that we were looking at, they were like 7 inches, you know, and then they put out those Icons figures. They were like 5 inches. It's like fucking 6. 6 is the magic number.
Hey, you thought that until you thought
Six is good.
you thought things should scale together until you got a Devastator, and you're like, oh fuck scale.
Well, no, because Devastator scales. The bots don't.
Right. So some of it doesn't scale.
Right, but I don't have those displayed.
Because, like, I mean, we're thinking about Toy Wars, like, because all the masterpieces were bigger at one point. Like, when they had the Prime come out was bigger. It was like, if you're strong enough to make your own scale and have everyone convert to your scale, then you're the leader.
Yes.
But
yes.
they're not that strong, the problem is.
Yeah, they're not that strong at all. And, like, I can't have, like, Batman towering over Captain America. You know, like I can't have him be like a whole inch taller.
I mean, why would you stand them together, bro?
Well, I mean, like, so if my ultimate thing planned out with my diorama, my ultimate diorama, like I would probably use DC characters in there as well.
Oh no!
Do you think
Don't
that
do crossovers, bro?
If Captain America got sent to the DC universe and like he disappeared to the Justice League, how long do you think it would take before he's running shit?
Define running shit.
Before he's like the leader.
I think he could be the leader very quickly because I don't think that Superman is a very strong leader.
He's not. I think Superman would yield pretty easily,
but I don't think Batman's role would change.
No. But I think Batman. I think Batman would easily identify him. Like Batman's strategical genius would recognize Steve Rogers. You know, strategical genius and his ability to lead and invoke. You know, like inspire, because that's really what leadership comes down to. And he'd be like, okay, yeah, he's the man. Now, would he manipulate Steve behind the scenes? Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Of course.
He would still be putting up the parameters as to the direction of the league forever.
But I think it'd be pretty quick. I think it'd be like a conversation, maybe a 10-minute conversation with Superman. He'd be like, oh, this guy's in.
Yeah,
he's in.
Yeah, Superman is.
Look, can't even break his shield. Look at this. Can't do it.
I think
I'm really trying.
I don't know if anybody from the league wanted to like step up and say, and I'm talking about from the league proper, whatever the league happens to be at the book at the time, not like some old extracurricular dude like Booster Gold pops up and he's like, I think if anybody came to Superman and was like, I'd like a shot, I think Superman probably let him like, you shoot your shot.
Yeah,
you know, like he's that way. He's like, you know, he'd be like, yeah, let's see how it works out.
Yeah,
and it may not, and if and that's okay
fine
too.
That's fine. We want to give you all the tools you need to succeed here.
The speaking while we're on the Mattel topic, the teaser for the She-Ra thing came out.
Oh yeah,
which is she's definitely feminine in her whatever form. Like there's no mistaking that.
No, I don't. Yeah.
I
mean, like she does a little head toss with a gem comes out one of these. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like here flings back
in the reflection of the sword. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Seems fine. I'm curious because like I always had a thing for Catra. Do you remember Catra?
Ketchup.
Dude, he loves ketchup.
Definitely have a thing for ketchup.
No, not ketchup.
Oh, catsup?
Yeah.
No, not so much. Not so much.
I can't tell the difference. I don't think.
Dude, I'll tell you what. Like, if you have Hunt's ketchup in your refrigerator, never DM me. Just pretend I don't exist, and certainly never invite me over. your tools are of no use.
Dude, the deck party's almost ready to roll. This fucking weather's been fucking us up.
It's gonna get worse.
Oh, really?
Well, the cat.
You're not.
What's happening? The cat. What's going on?
It's gonna get worse. Very.
You know, my in-laws are already up here, right?
Oh, really?
I didn't say. Yeah, put it out.
No, you didn't say that. I don't think.
Did I?
I
don't think so.
Oh, you know what? That's the Predator chat. You're not in that one.
No, I'm in it. I just
ignored me.
No, I just ignored the chat.
Once he's not going,
it's like Pam's parents and her 93-year-old grandmother are up here right now because they had mandatory evacuations in this town.
I don't know why. I talked to Jessica about this one time. I don't know why I don't leave that chat. Like Chris was like, I can't make it.
What chat?
The Predator chat.
Oh, you've been wondering why?
Yeah, like Chris like couldn't make it, and like he's like, sorry, can't go. Chris has left the chat.
Yeah, I didn't do that either. I don't know. I feel bad about leaving chats. I'm in a lot of good chats
too,
and
I think I have a little bit. I think I have a little bit of FOMO. Like, what if this chat ends up being fire? Like in 2 weeks, like it's like the chat to be in. Like I don't want to miss the boat. I want to be in the fun.
That's interesting.
You know, I think I'm also like worried if I leave it. Like it's like hurting people's feelings. I don't know. It's such a weird social.
That's how I end up in like fucking 10, 20 fucking group chats. 5 of them with Adam in it.
Yeah, I mute a lot of chats nowadays.
Yeah, I don't leave them, but I mute them. Yeah. I'll check on them once in a while just to make sure.
Yeah, me too.
You know what it is? It's just too much. Like, and it's not just because too many chats. Like, I'll come back to one chat, there'll be like 40 things on there. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have time for this.
But you know better. You at me when you want me to pay attention.
Yeah. That's what I do.
I like it.
That add function is
I like
because you know what? I don't need to be around all the conversation. Just the conversation that has to do with me. You know what I mean? Like if somebody asks a question, they're gonna be like, add Adam.
Yep.
And then I'd be like, oh, yeah.
Under certain circumstances, yes. But sometimes the discussion is for the sake of the chat, right? So like, if the discussion is for, like, we're having a discussion in this theoretical group chat, and we kind of want everybody's points of view, you know what I mean?
I just think that situation is very few and far between. Most times it's like two people in the chat that are engaging in something, and maybe a third will throw their stuff in if it's, they're entering as well. But if you get like 40 or 50 comments into it, like at that point, why would you even engage?
Like the cool table chat that's got like 40 people in it.
Yeah,
but
that's
really?
but that's for everything. That's for everyone. So like, anytime something's posted in that is for everyone. And, you know what I mean?
Is it though? I don't know. I'm asking.
Okay. Yeah. So like, if that's why the chat is so dead, though. To be fair, you know what I mean. But there's also 40 people or whatever it is in there.
I mean, even if it was just the three of us, sometimes I'm like, do I put this in a group chat or do I put it with just Adam or just Bobby?
Yeah, like if I put it in the group chat, my intention is for everyone.
Yeah, to
and if
look
I
at
want
or
to talk
talk
to
about
you directly, then I'll talk to you directly, and vice versa.
Yeah, sometimes it's whatever chat's the closest to the top.
For you,
I mean, like if there was a chat that was like, cookout at Bobby's this weekend, right? And I had something I wanted to share, and that was the top of the list, and swimming for dolphins is like 30 on the list. Guess where it's going?
Yep.
Hey,
I try to keep my shit.
It's too much work, man.
Yeah, but I
It's
don't
too
want
much
to.
work.
I don't want to be in. I'm not in a whole bunch of chats. So like, and I don't want to be in a whole bunch of chats.
Yeah, I'm in too many.
So-
I'm the same. I don't delete the chats either. You know what I end up doing? If I don't want to talk to you, I just start a new chat.
yeah. But then I end up being in all the chats that you started.
Yeah,
I like you, Joe.
I'm in the swimming with dolphins chat, and like we're all in the nerd rage chat, but like that's not really a chat as much as it's a business.
Yeah.
And then I'm in the the Shattercast chat, and then
I used to be in that one.
Don't you have multiple
I used to
Shadowcasts?
be
Yeah,
in
and you
that one.
shouldn't have been, to be fair, huh?
You have multiple Shadowcast chats, don't you?
We have two. We have
Two
one
different
business and one
So
nonsense.
not with that attitude.
And we had what was the other one I'm in? Oh, one with Tyler and Chris. That is usually pretty good. Uh-oh.
No.
And
I'm scared.
I mean,
But
this
that's
thing turned purple earlier when we were fucking with it.
Yeah, it
the
turned
whole
red.
screen was
It was like a reddish, purplish tint.
Yeah.
What happened now?
Yeah. Anyway, oh, you know what? Laura and I went out Saturday.
Really?
Yeah, had a good time.
Yeah.
Like we got some drinks and had some food. We ate out, so to speak. Just
Maybe it's just a TV.
the two of us.
Wow, it's still recording.
So it seems like it's just a TV. You want to pause it and see if we can do something
Yeah.
about this real quick?
I don't know. All right, we think we got it fixed. We'll see what
But
happens.
yeah, we
Where'd you guys go?
this place. I can't remember the name of it. It was the most hodgepodge shit I've ever seen in my life. Let me explain it to you.
Where's it at?
Not Westminster, Woodbine.
Okay.
Let me explain it to you. So they brought out this. They brought out the bread. They bring out the bread. That's the thing. The bread comes in a basket, like
That's normal.
So
It's a basket made of bread.
so the basket was
With a bowl of dipping sauce and bread.
a metal frame basket
Okay.
with like the food tissue paper.
Yes.
Okay, I'm familiar.
So I'm like, what's going on? What type of restaurant is this? Like if your bread is not in a napkin, like like a nice like cloth napkin in the bread basket, and you're
Was it hard bread?
no, it was surprisingly soft.
Like Italian rolls?
No, it was like it almost looked like they went and bought like a baguette or a
Was it breadsticks?
no,
Okay.
and like cut it
up.
and then
So French bread.
somewhere in that vein.
So hard crusts.
I think it was Italian bread, to be honest, but
Okay.
it was like a loaf, and it was a thinner loaf than usually you get with Italian bread. Doesn't matter. And I'm like, this is weird. So I got a piece, and it had a little plastic thing of butter, and I was like, all
A
right,
plastic thing of butter?
yeah, like a
Like a
little
plastic container?
Like
no
a ramekin.
no, like a little plastic dish or
Like
whatever.
one that you put pills in to hand to old people.
No.
Okay, that's all I was thinking.
So I got some butter out and put it on there and had a bite, and the butter was delicious. So I was like, okay, all right, this bread is fantastic, even though it came in this weird basket with this tissue paper in it. which made me think I got it out of a chicken joint, like you know what I mean, like New York Fried or something.
Like those Auntie Anne pretzels paper.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I got that, and then our appetizers came out, and it was like this it was called like boulder shrimp. So what it was like the boulder. The boulder was the bread. So it's like these little pieces of the same type of bread, with shrimp on top. The shrimp have been cooked, and then there's like this
Shrimp toast.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
And there's like a garlic butter, creamy type sauce that's over all of it. Delicious.
That sounds great.
Delicious. Came out on a nice plate. You know what I mean? And like you serve it on
ceramic
your own,
plates.
Yep. Like a very nice plate.
Okay.
And then, so I was like, okay.
Let me
all
guess.
right.
Your entrees came out on wooden blocks.
So the entrees came out, and I got the tuna, like a tuna steak, and broccoli, and then it had some sort of noodle shit, some soy noodle.
Noodle, you say?
Yeah. And the fucking shrimp, I mean the tuna was like, it was a sesame tuna. It tasted like a fucking bagel. You know, like it had so many goddamn sesame seeds on it.
Dude, you should have loved that.
But it didn't have the consistency of a bagel. You know, and it still had the fish flavor underneath. It was like somebody dipped their fish in bagel. And so I was like, all right. And then, like, it came out, like, my wife got something. Like, it looked like something you get at your grandma's house on Thanksgiving. Like, it had, like, the gravy was on the meat and, like, mashed potatoes.
That sounds awesome.
It was fine. It was just like, it was like a American cuisine's greatest hits. You know, we had like the fast food bread, we had like the nice restaurant shrimp, and then we had like Ma's cooking for dinner. I didn't much care for it. I wouldn't go back, but the shrimp was delicious. And I'm off topic on the notes.
Restaurant reviews. We still haven't done the Bobby restaurant reviews.
Yeah, that's true.
Trunculate delights.
So I guess Nerd Rage wasted a whole bunch of time recently talking about the popular film category in the Oscars. It has officially been stricken from the list. So I am
today.
Yeah. So I'm happy that it happened. Let me tell you why I'm happy. I'm happy that it happened because I think there was a strong push to get Black Panther to win it because of the financial success and
absolutely.
You know, and if it is a popular award, then by all means, the film that was quote unquote, you know, the most popular in terms of bringing in box office money should theoretically win. So do you need an Academy to? So I get that point of it.
Yeah, you've already won the money.
You've already won it. Like, but I think it would have irritated me had Infinity War not won.
Oh yeah,
but I would have been like, man,
what if they just brought out a giant golden dollar sign? That's the award.
No, instead, it's
like, here you go. Good job.
The Academy guy is actually holding a dollar bill, and the Oscar himself is holding the dollar bill. But yeah, it's not going to happen. So there's that. I did talk to somebody who just recently saw Black Panther for the first time, and they were critical. They enjoyed it, thought it was great and all that, but they were critical of something that I hadn't heard anyone be critical of before. But it was valid to me when he started making his case for it. Just that there's this weird relationship between the general, her man, and then his relationship with T'Challa, and the ups and downs that Killmonger kind of evokes from that whole interaction.
Devil's threesome back in the day. And
he was like, I wonder if he was like, I was really bummed out that they didn't explore that more. Like, there's a lot of like things to do there.
I never. That's one of my criticisms. I never bought how quickly his friend kind of turned on him. Mm-hmm. You know, he lost support. Like, you're my king. I'll go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I changed my mind.
Yeah,
this crazy guy brought in a dead body. I'm good.
So then for this one, I just gave the eye emojis doing this. So celebrity co-stars that refused to work with one another. Ranker put out a list of this. And one of them was Terrence Howard now refuses to work with Robert Downey Jr.
Why?
From Iron Man.
So apparently, and I've heard reports also that Terrence Howard is difficult to work with on set as well. But apparently, when they went to do Iron Man 2, Robert Downey Jr. wanted more money, and it ate into the budget. And Marvel offered Terrence Howard, they're like, you can come back, but you can come back for 1/8 of the salary that we agreed upon.
1/8?
Oh wow!
Not 1/8 less, or just 1/8?
It says in the article 1/8.
So is that they agreed upon the previous movie or the the new salary they agreed upon.
It just says what they agreed upon.
Okay.
And Terrence Howard was like, well, that doesn't make any sense. And Marvel was like, yeah, but we don't really think that Iron Patriot or War Machine is the draw of this film. So,
yeah.
you know, if you don't want to do it, just let us know.
Yeah.
And we'll work around you.
Yeah.
Well, did Don get paid the same as he was offered or more?
I don't know.
That's the question there.
Because Don is a different caliber actor and has more accolades to go with him. So I don't know what they worked out there.
He wouldn't know.
Yeah, but I don't think Iron Man 2 made any more money because Don Cheadle was in it.
No.
Yeah.
But I mean, he is like, I mean, Terrence Howard is, was he nominated for Best Actor for Fish and Shrimp or whatever?
Yeah.
Hustle
and Flow.
Hustle Hard. Hustle and Flow. So it's hard out here for a pimp when you're bagging up these groceries with these shrimp. That's how the song goes, I think.
Toast. Shrimp toast.
I mean, like, that's a repercussion to the career because, like, you know.
Yeah, but now Terrence Howard refuses to work with Robert Downey Jr. with anything anyway, like,
Yeah.
period.
We'll see.
But I mean, it's not directly Robert Downey Jr.'s, like.
Well, no, apparently.
And it's funny because Robert Downey Jr. fought for all the Avengers to make more money in Avengers 2.
Yeah, later on.
Yeah.
Because it's not like, take his money and give it to me. It was like, I just want my money. I don't care where you get it from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Die a Devil. We got the first trailer or teaser trailer for Daredevil. Thoughts, comments, courtesies, concerns?
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah.
I mean,
Wow, we all agreed on
you know
something
what?
for once.
Netflix just needs to stop making teasers or trailers. We're going to watch it. It's fine. Just put out, say, hey, this day. Okay.
I want to tap out of it. You
You want to leave on a high note?
I had to wait for that. I know I should have left
For
that.
Daredevil?
No, for the Marvel TV stuff.
Oh.
She should have had that after Punisher.
Yeah, but you know, Daredevil 3 is probably going to be good. Fucking Punisher 2 is going to be good.
Hopefully.
Like, we've gone through the slump. Like, we're in the slump. Like, we're going to be going back up the hill.
But, you know, I prefer the first season of Jessica Jones. I probably prefer the second season of Luke Cage, but, like, not enough to recommend it to anyone. You know, like, I prefer both seasons of Luke Cage over Defenders, but I also prefer Iron Fist over Defenders.
I don't know.
I like all the stuff in the first Iron Fist with that brother and sister.
Yeah, they were good.
Like, that was like and how that tied into the Danny Rand shit. Like, that was my favorite element of it. It got me through the season.
This season of Iron Fist is only 10 episodes.
Oh, really?
And it's still dragging to you.
I mean,
holy shit. That startled the fuck out of me.
beat me to it, man. I was like, well, there's a dragon on his chest.
The next note is more clever than it sounds. You had to read it, but it's too gay or not too gay. You see
Okay.
You see it?
T.O. versus T.O.
Yeah. So, I don't know if I brought this up if we wanted to talk about this at all, but Kit Harington, Jon Snow of Game of Thrones fame, calls out Marvel over lack of gay actors. But according to the quote, that doesn't really seem to be what he's addressing. The quote is, there's a big problem with masculinity and homosexuality that they can't somehow go hand in hand. That we can't have someone in a Marvel movie who's gay in real life and plays some superhero. I mean, when is that going to happen? So I
mean, we have Deadpool. He's gay enough.
But
No, I mean, he's talking about an actor being gay, but still being able to be in a movie where he's not gay.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
so like,
I don't think he's calling out Marvel for shit.
but is he saying we can't have someone in a Marvel movie who's gay in real life? In real life, meaning real life
actors gay? I'm sure there's actors
Yeah,
that are gay.
or is he talking about? You know, is he talking about Robert Downey Jr. or is he talking about Tony Stark?
I think he's to me. I think he's talking about Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I mean, there probably is a gay actor in Marvel.
See, like that's the thing.
I can't imagine that one of those guys isn't gay.
Just openly, though. I guess.
So
Maybe.
I don't know if I'm being stereotypical for that either, but I agree. Like in my head, I was like, of course, there's probably some gay guys in that cast somehow. Like just because like a lot of actors are gay.
Yeah.
You know, like and nobody worries about it.
Yeah.
Nobody says anything hateful really
And
about
if they're
it.
not gay, they probably sucked a dick in their life.
You think so? Well, you know what? I don't necessarily. You know, this is a different discussion, but I don't necessarily think a gay act makes you gay.
No.
I think Marilyn Manson addressed that at one point.
Exactly. And David Bowie's done it. You know, like there is an element. I mean, like I know
You have to like it, right?
I know how crazy this is, but there is an element of performance art to that.
I think that gayness is a preference, not what you do.
No,
it's what
yes,
you prefer.
exactly. Yes.
Like you can suck dick for a living and not be gay.
Yeah, I agree. There's like porn stars that are in gay porn that don't consider themselves to be homosexual. You know, they have girlfriends and everything on the side.
Yeah, it's gay as fuck to do DP. It's balls against balls all the time.
Is that
Well, but
do balls touching balls? I don't know. I mean, it gets weird. This sounds like a Patreon discussion, but like,
what about the double penetration where it's 2 in one hole, and there's definitely friction going on with the other dick? I think this is Patreon.
I think this is Patreon. But I think we can dissect this.
Anyway,
I don't think
I think sexuality is a spectrum of many different things.
I agree. I feel the same exact way.
Yeah.
And maybe there are some zeros and maybe there are some tens.
No, not only that. They're thinking now that, like, if you're somebody who likes women wearing shoes and stepping on you, like, that's your sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's like
A third dimension.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. It's
Well,
not
no,
a. It's not a binary.
I'm not saying. I'm
It's
I'm
like a
sorry.
col-
I didn't mean
It's
to.
like a color wheel.
But regardless of where all these
Yeah.
arrows go off of the general axis,
Yeah.
all of them end at tens and zeros. Do you know what I mean? So I'm saying
very-
anywhere
very-
on this wheel of directional
yeah,
things.
yeah.
Some people might be zeros, some people might be tens, but
Yeah.
most people find themselves
You can't nut unless she's wearing stiletto heels.
somewhere. I'm
That'd be a
close
10.
to that sometimes.
Dude, this might be Patreon as well. Yeah, we'll say that. for
Yeah,
Patreon.
we'll have this whole thing
yeah,
out.
yeah. I think that's a good discussion
Okay.
to have.
But I'm sure there's gay actors that are in Marvel movies.
I would imagine.
Yeah,
I think
fucking
maybe
stupid.
not open.
And here's again, like,
I don't think that's what he's saying. I don't think the headline and what his quote is mesh. I don't think he is literally trying to call out Marvel for
No,
having,
no,
yeah,
I don't think so.
That's
I
what
think
I'm
he's
saying.
using Marvel as an example
Exactly,
for,
and this
for a
article
situation
made
that
a-
revolves around masculinity and homosexuality.
Yeah, and it's a clickbaity title.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that
It's
wholeheartedly.
twisting his words.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
I think the interesting question is, what do we define as masculinity, and how does that fit into
The top.
homosexual culture?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. I mean, like, you
So-
know, watching that documentary, that How to Talk Gay or Do I Talk Gay or whatever, the one I told you about, where this guy is a homosexual guy and he's always worried about talking quote unquote gay when he.
when you talk about
Yeah,
this?
I've never heard of this
Yeah.
before.
No, you definitely both did because you and I had like 'cause it all stemmed. The only reason why I brought it up because you and I had a discussion about
Why
how.
are you flaking me off?
No, I'm just using the point. It's a duck. About how you overpronounce the last syllable of a lot of your words, like client. You know,
I know
or-
you brought it up. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
vaguely familiar.
Was this a long time ago?
and sometimes you overpronounce it to like an incorrect, like else. You say else.
Okay.
You know, so this guy, he was very self conscious because he didn't want to go on like job interviews and people be like only think of him as a gay person instead of listening. You know, because he comes in like, well, you know, I mean, whatever.
Okay.
So he was like, he started going to like linguists and all these people and like learning about like the subtext of the language and blah 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 blah. And one of the things they said is that usually gay men start emulating their mothers, where heterosexual men usually are emulating their fathers.
Oh, fucked.
Right. So I mean, like, that's why I brought it up to you. I was like, that's fucking interesting.
It is.
I
know. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So like, within that, I forgot even how I was tying all this together, but just that, like, so the acting gay, you know, whatever, like quote unquote, you know what I mean, like like has some, you know, sociological aspects tied to it, and also childhood elements tied to it, and biology tied to it.
Oh yeah, it's multifaceted.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
You know, I find it interesting sometimes. And I was talking to my stepdad about this the other day. They have a house out in West Virginia for sale. It's been for sale for like 4 years, and it was kind of like a gay community. Like, you know, all the DC guys, they go out there, have like their own little community and whatnot.
And I'm sure the Marvel guys have a fine time too.
They do.
You know,
Anyway. Anyway, but like, you know, we were talking about how I was like, you know what, has gay marriage ruined that community? And he's like, oh, that's a good point, because like before it was, you know, they all went out there and like they explained it as like there was kind of like house party. Calm down. I know you got excited for a second, but like you just like walk to a neighbor and have a couple of drinks, walk to the next neighbor, have a couple of drinks, you know, and everybody was like it was like a big community type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And nowadays it's not the same. Now
you're coupled. Like,
no,
It's not
a
niche.
sex
It's not a
thing.
niche anymore. So it's
not
not
a
an
sex
us against
thing.
them thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, before it's
And-
like, oh, it's us against them. We got to stick together. There's a community there.
yeah, and now it's like
I didn't mean it because of sex. I mean, it's just because you have a life partner commitment situation with you, where like you don't need to like I don't.
No. Most of these guys were in committed relationships.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they're old. They're old gay guys. It is kind of funny though.
Old and soft and gay.
Yeah, my dad and my stepdad have been together for like 20 years, and it like is fucking unheard of in the previous iteration of that culture. So, but like, you know, he didn't think that's what it was, but it was a question. But the you know, the thing with the masculinity and femininity or whatever, or masculinity, my dad gets aggravated because there's like arguments in the gay community. Like, you know, somebody wants, a masculine guy wants a more effeminate partner. And so people are like, oh, that's the way it's got to be. It's like, then you're emulating heterosexuality.
Right.
You know, like, why can't I be a masculine guy and want a masculine? Why can't I be attracted to masculinity and be masculine at the same time? Which I think is an interesting argument, which makes me wonder if there's a different spectrum inside that. And I wonder if that, you know, you have the band, like the whole banner, the LGBTQ LMNOP shit.
They're
now.
not
That's
all
getting,
the same
That's
thing.
getting crazy. That's getting crazy.
They're so different. I don't know why they're
But
together.
I wonder when it's going to be where there's more and more subcategories that are to be fleshed out. Yeah, because there's all these. I mean, what is it? Rule 44? What is it on the internet? Like, there's always a porn for it.
Order 66.
No, it's like definitely not Order 66.
I think that's so different.
Do it. That's that Emperor one was
that
like,
was good. That was good.
Kill him.
But that
Kill him. Do it.
Hey, kill him.
Kill him.
But I think that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, to be honest, like, so when I read stuff like this, it's like, look, I can only speak off my life experience, right? And I don't profess to know any more or less gay people than anyone else.
But you're just really sexually attracted to Billy J.
Well, that's a fact. But, like,
She's not gay.
I don't know if I agree.
It's a conversation for another day.
I don't know if I agree because she's in a committed relationship with a dude.
Yeah.
She's attracted to dudes.
Yeah.
And she's a dude.
And she's a she.
Yeah, that's Patreon. That's Patreon.
We have a lot to talk about this upcoming bonus episode.
You know
so
what?
you want to subscribe this month?
Joe has a valid point. I'm going to side with Joe on this one.
It's a valid point.
Yeah.
But it's not without.
He wants us to stop.
Yeah.
Save it too.
Save it.
We have a lot of time. It's good to have subjects to talk about for.
But
You know,
I don't know.
Do we have a gay listener, like a young gay listener? Because I would like to hear.
DM Adam.
Why? What's the
Why does it
case
have to be so
for?
young?
No, because I mean, I've talked to older dudes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, we know that. But,
So-
but my thing is, like, I
want to hear what's hip in the culture.
I don't know how many gay people I've actually known. Do you know what I mean? Like, I knew a few in college, and I know one that I work with, and then I know your dad and your dad's husband. And I've like, then there's been like others like when you grew up in high school, it's like that dude is probably gay from
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
but it was a different time. Nobody was like it was just like he's probably in that pocket,
Yeah.
But so when I read stuff like this, and I'm just being honest,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm not putting a general wash on or anything. I just don't know. I'm ignorant. I'm asking. Like, I don't know if I know any gay men that I think are overtly masculine.
Well, the ones you don't know are gay until you ask them.
Right, and that's 100% valid. But
I know one.
yeah,
He's and it's funny too because nobody knew he was gay until this other gay guy like basically called him out. You know, and the funny thing is nobody cares, but nobody still talks about it because he's such like a masculine, kick-ass, Rambo type dude. You know,
Like Shiro.
yeah,
Yeah.
No,
We didn't think it was gay, but he is.
is he? We don't know.
We
yet.
don't
It's
know.
been proven. But it's funny that like. Yeah, it's interesting. I never thought about that because we don't really talk about it. I mean, people don't really talk about
No one
shit
just
anyway.
come and ask, "Are you straight or gay?" when you're talking.
Right,
It just comes up. Well, my girlfriend this, and it's all okay. you know?
right. I just had recently I have had it on the female side of things though. Like I recently had an interaction with a young lady. We were just talking, just making conversation. No problem. And she was like, "Yeah, well, my girlfriend, she was really mad at me, like such and such," and I was like, "Oh, look at that!
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming."
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah.
But she was very feminine, where like, there's the stereotype also with lesbians, or the more masculine lesbian, but like she didn't fit in that pocket at all. And it made me question exactly almost what you guys are saying, that like, I wouldn't have known had she not said that.
Yeah.
So how many, like,
So how many people have
yeah,
to
it's
say
interesting. It's interesting.
One of my sister's friends, who we always joke was like the fifth kid, beautiful girl, very feminine, kind of a girly girl. And all of a sudden, I'm talking to my sister, like, oh yeah, Ashley's getting married to a woman. I was like, really? I didn't know Ashley was gay. She's like, neither did she. And like, really? Yeah, she just had this friend that they were like really close with, and one day something happened, and now them have been with a woman again, and they're getting married. Cool. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. Too. That's finding out who you are.
Yeah, I mean, and it's funny. I was like, well, is she like? It's weird. She doesn't really even identify as like that culture. It's funny because I have heard things about when like lesbians sometimes if they get like a hankering for some penis, like they get kicked out of the tribe. Like their lesbian friends will be like really upset with them. Like they've sold out. Yeah, it's a thing.
So I have a lesbian who is I consider
a lesbian.
I have no wait, it's in your little room right now. But I consider her to be a very good friend of mine.
Okay.
And she had told me one time, she's like, look, I get the urge for that, like,
yeah,
I get the urge for
biological thing.
Yeah, like, and every now and then she's like married now, but she's like every now and then before I would, and she was like, but I just can't get the emotional satisfaction that I get with a woman, and that's just far more important to me.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
the relationship.
Exactly. I was like, it makes sense.
And I mean, like the person you're talking about, I mean that's truly transcending like sexuality. It's like she loves this person. It's like she wasn't even thinking about the sexuality part.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, that is fucking incredible to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just found a person that.
Let's move on to
whatever floats your boat.
So the redcoats are coming. So there's strong rumors circulating about Kevin
Figalo.
Fig Newton.
Ferreira
signing Guy Ritchie to take on a Captain Britain and Black Knight movie.
I'm down.
Hell,
who the fuck said Guy Ritchie can't act his way out of a paper bag? No, that's not what he said.
Direct?
He can't direct his way out of a paper bag.
I don't know, but they are mistaken in my opinion.
I know, or something like he couldn't direct to a fast food restaurant or something, some shit like that. Something like, well, I was like, okay, but first off, that's witty. Right. But second off, it's not true.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think I haven't seen all of his films, but Rock and Roller is awesome. Snatch is awesome, of course. The Lock, Stock is awesome. The Holmes movies are awesome. I love the Knights of the Round Table one that he did. Like,
what's the one he did with?
Is Madonna the white Erykah Badu?
Ooh. Or is Erykah Badu the white, but the black? Madonna?
Either way.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like
what came first?
I mean,
well, Madonna definitely came first. Probably. But like, I don't know who solidified that sort of reputation first.
I mean, dude, she's been like Chris Penn,
Warren Beatty, Guy Ritchie,
Did she fuck Ben Affleck?
That I don't know. She fucked Big Daddy Kane.
Did she?
Yeah, it's like in one.
Oh, I'm thinking of Tom Cruise with Cher.
Oh yeah,
That's weird. Cher.
That is
weird. Like, if you think about it now, it's weird as fuck.
And somehow
right.
But yeah, I it just seems like everybody that gets mixed up with Madonna like has like a bout of going left, so to speak, like just losing their mind for a second. Like that Madonna, like he was on this roll of like great movie after great movie after great movie, gets hooked up with Madonna, puts out a piece of shit, and then like gets back on track.
What was that one he did with the rat?
Ratatouille.
Yep, that's it. Didn't he do like that?
Ben?
No. Ben. Continue.
Mouse Hunt.
Continue. Dude, Mouse Hunt is the truth.
Solid.
It's the truth.
It's solid. But yeah, I think that's fucking awesome. Now, my only question about that.
About Mouse Hunt? You only have one?
No. Is Captain Britain lumped in that same Scarlet Witch pocket, or is that a possibility now because of the Fox buyout?
What do you mean?
Because he's been an Avenger.
Yeah.
But he was also an X-Man.
Yeah, but isn't Fox owned by Disney now?
What?
Yeah.
He's an X-Man?
Yeah, he was Excalibur.
Yeah.
He's
a mutant.
That counts all the X's for X-Men?
Yeah, that was X-Men. They're all mutants.
That's a different team, different name.
That's why it's EX.
Well,
X is big. It's big X.
But like, no, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Are they able to do this because they were able to do Scarlet Witch, or are they able to do this because of the buyout?
Oh, I'm tracking. I don't know. Does it matter?
I'm just curious.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter.
Did I hear reshoots for Phoenix is
I
happening?
mean, I don't know. I feel like every other week we hear the reshoots for Phoenix.
Is that happening? Like James McAvoy
I feel like they should just let it go.
shaved his head again?
Just let it go.
I know. I agree. Fuck it. I never want to see it. You know where I want to see it? In 10 years at a Comic-Con on VHS.
On DVD.
No, on VHS.
On VHS, a bootleg.
Do you want a British guy to play Captain Britain?
Yes.
Because we want an American to play Captain America, right?
I want Pakistani guy.
But I mean,
Chris Evans is Canadian.
We often have
North American.
Australians and British people playing American people.
It's not Captain North America.
It's not Captain United States of America.
It's Captain All of America.
Dude, I had this guy one time. It reminds me of this quid pro quo. I had this guy one time. He used to always shit on me for pulling into a parking space when I got to work. Right? Like,
Okay.
He's like, why do you do that? Back into the parking space. And I'm like, I don't want to. They're like, but
I agree with him.
so wait. He was like, but it's faster to leave. And I was like, yeah, but it's faster to get here.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, but it's safer. It's safer. Okay.
Fake news.
So we'll get there in a second. But he's like, hold on. He's like, he's like, but it's safer to get. He's like, but it's safer to leave. I was like, yeah, but it's safer to get here. And like, like everything he said, I just reversed it. Like I don't care. I just, sometimes I back in, sometimes I don't.
Tell us more how to make more friends.
Yeah. It was funny. So
Guy's probably fucking like.
Oh, he was going crazy.
Yeah,
he was going crazy.
But you've taken like 3 years off of his life.
But he was also one of those, and I love this guy to death. But he was also one of those guys that like he had to be right.
Mm-hmm.
He had to know more. Like, what was the last car you bought?
My Cadillac.
What kind of Cadillac?
ELR.
Weak. The LR5 is the one you should have got. It's the better one. It came out right. You know, he's always that guy. No matter what fucking... I bought a lawnmower. Which one? I don't know. Honda's... Yeah, so it's making the best lawnmower right now. Whatever you had, it was never... So there was another time he was...
So he's a dickhead.
Yeah, he is, but he's my dickhead. You know what I mean? So to speak. So he... one time, we were all... This was around the time that 4G...
Doesn't like hoodies, does he?
No. This was around the time that 4G was becoming a thing. And... He was like, another guy in the room was like, oh, I just bought my phone, it has 4G. And he's like, like, what? Like, weak. Waste of money. Like, there's not enough 4G coverage in the state right now to warrant the money that you're paying for that service. And he was like, maybe, but I got it here. And he's like, no, you don't. We don't have 4G here. He's like, yes, I do. He's like, no, you don't. And like, my buddy's showing me his phone. And he's like, yeah, I do. And I was like, I think he might. And he was like, no, I'll bring it up right now on the such and such. And like he brought up this like map of Maryland and where they have 4G coverage. And like we were definitely
inside.
Like it definitely 100%. And like as soon as it went up, you just saw it get minimized real quick. Like, but anyway.
That sounds obnoxious.
So when you could fuck with them, it was good to fuck with them. One more story about it, and then I'll move on. This is back in the day when people thought Star Wars and Marvel and DC and comic books and all that shit was stupid, right? And you're a nerd and whatever. So I was like, I love all that shit. And he was like, nobody likes it. I was like, everybody likes it. Nobody wants to talk about how they like it, but everybody likes it.
Right.
I was like, the fucking Batman 60 show went on for, this long. I was like, I'm going on and on. Like, Star Wars most successful film franchise. I'm going on and on and on. And he's like, and I was like, dude, I guarantee you that something that you like has paid tribute to Marvel, DC, or Star Wars at some point. I guarantee it. And he was like, I don't think so. And I was like, well, what do you like? And he was like, I don't know. I don't really have much time for one of those guys. I'm outside. Like, what are you doing at 9 o'clock outside? You're not doing anything. What are you watching? He's like, well, I watched Family Guy last night. In my head, I was like,
oh my God, come on. Oh my God.
And I was like, that's the worst thing you could have said. I was like, they've done entire Star Wars tributes. And he was like, this is because they're making fun of it. And I was like, they are making fun of it, but it's in love. You can tell it's from love of the franchise. And he was like, no, not at all. So I was like, okay. So I went home and I got the DVD, and they had like behind the scenes features. And I went in, we had like a little DVD player in the office. And I put it in the thing, and I clicked it in, and I pressed play. And he said, what are you doing? I said, I just want you to watch something. And then like it started out like the very first thing in this bonus scene is like, the reason why we did this is because we all love Star Wars. And like I just walked out of the room, and it continues on. It's like, we don't know any poetry, song, film, book like we know Star Wars. Like we love, like this. I just let him sit with it. So we've got some
Fake news.
So there's all this stuff about Henry Cavill.
He didn't do it right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Fake news.
So there's all this stuff about Henry Cavill going on, about him leaving Superman to do The Witcher. And the interesting thing is he was going to leave Superman to do The Driver
And the flyer.
God damn it.
but he ended up doing it for the...
Because Superman was already
And
flying.
it's the first thing that comes up on my phone. Like, just when I opened up Facebook, it was the first story to come up on my phone. I'm going to see if Comic Book Movie has updated that since. But the rumor is that he's out.
But then his agent just came back and said that he's in.
So breaking 4 hours ago, Henry Cavill out as Superman. And then now we have and this was all to do, we don't really know, but it was theoretically due to scheduling conflicts regarding the Witcher and the Driver and the Flyer. So now, but this is from Screen Rant. It says Henry Cavill not leaving Superman according to agent. But this might be valid because it's the fucking agent. So, it says, let me see if I can find the fucking quote. Be peaceful. The cape is still in his closet. Warner Brothers Pictures has been and continues to be our partners as they evolve the DC universe. Anticipate a WB statement later today.
That's not very clear.
Yeah. While no decisions have been made regarding any upcoming Superman films, we've always had great respect and a great relationship with Henry Cavill, and that remains unchanged.
It's saying we respect the decision to leave. That's what it sounds like to me.
So I don't know what's going on. But
Well, we know he's doing The Witcher because he's fucking signed.
So let's get into that conversation. What's your actually before we do, let's save it because this is going to go places. It's really
I know nothing about The Witcher. I mean,
It's
Does that sound weird?
I think it was something I did over here.
Okay. I mean,
it's a great story, great game series, novels.
I hear that it's good and everything. It's fine. I just don't have a connection to it.
Yeah.
Because he's doing it, I'm interested to see it because I like him.
Yeah, I did not see that coming. The casting
Why don't
choice.
you marry him?
He would.
I would.
I mean, I know they were developing The Witcher for Netflix for a while, but I did not see that casting choice coming in.
I mean, he kind of looks like the dude.
It's not hard to look
Dude,
like the
he
dude. I
looks
feel like
nothing like Jeff Bridges.
what?
The dude.
Oh, fuck me. But it's not. I mean, Geralt is not super unique looking. He's a generic white dude can do.
We just all look the same to you, Joe. It's fine.
Well, speaking of looking the same, go into your feelings regarding this Witcher situation.
Okay. So that which is fine. Henry Cavill, good actor. I was surprised he could get a high caliber, high paying actor who's Superman and all the other stuff to be in a Netflix series.
Yes.
Which is so okay. Well, let's see where they go. And then they announce, as far as I read, the casting listing for Siri, which is not the Apple Siri,
Apple
but
assistant.
But
My personal assistant.
yeah, your personal assistant Siri.
She's the only one that responded, Joe, when I asked for an assistant.
Well, you don't have it in Alexa.
All right, good. Continue.
And the casting, they're looking for a specifically not white girl. That's why I saw it, black, Asian, some kind of person of color. And I felt, I don't know, I have conflicting feelings in me because I hate being a hypocrite, and I hate fucking just going against myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Contradicting myself. But because all along I've always said people can be whoever, you can cast whoever as long as they do a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can have a black Annie, you can have a black Hermione. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's not Scarlett Johansson.
No, as long as in the story, it doesn't matter. The race doesn't matter in the story.
Okay.
Like you can't have a white girl playing a half Asian girl because it does matter in the story if the half Asian part is important.
Who are we talking about again?
Emma Stone?
What was she? What are we talking about?
She also was in the movie like Aloha or something? Hawaiian movie? She's supposed to be half Asian?
Oh.
Did they like make her look Asian?
I didn't watch.
God,
I couldn't.
That's terrible. Man, like, don't.
Is
do
it
that.
terrible?
I mean, they've done that in Hollywood. It's not the first.
Like, like that seems like that seems That seems like the wrong choice.
Yeah, but you know what? Hold on. I know I'm not insensitive to the fact that it's connected to some very disrespectful things in the past, right? But if we put a bigger nose on somebody, or we give them a different set of teeth,
and who are they going to play once they have the bigger nose on, Adam?
a wizard, a wizard, Bobby.
Well
I
done.
was specifically talking about Gandalf.
All right.
Or fix their teeth like they did to what's his face when they did the Goblin and Spider-Man. Like he's got nice teeth.
I'll tell you what, not a new guy in my job. I can tell you that.
Willem Dafoe.
Jeez.
You know, so what? Like what's the difference?
It's like a bunch of micro machines got in an accident in his mouth,
or a different hair, or different hair. You know what I mean? When they like put a wig on them, or whatnot?
I think the difference is like, I'm open for this discussion. I don't think it's a clear necessarily right and wrong kind of thing, but you can't hire a wizard, right? Well,
you might be able to.
Grand Dragon.
Yeah, you might be able to.
It's a different type of wizard. You can't hire a magical wizard.
Yeah, but I don't think the size of their nose.
Unless it's Alan Moore.
Yeah.
In which case you can definitely 100% sign
right.
a magical wizard. But generally speaking, you can hire an Asian person to play an Asian role.
Yeah.
You don't need to do prosthetics. Like it would be like, if like there's plenty of just to turn it inward, so to speak, there's plenty of white comedians that can play the stereotypical funny mockery white character. Well, Jim, I went down to the local place where I get my newspaper every day, and you don't need to put Dave Chappelle in whiteface, for lack of a better term, to do that, even though he does it exceptionally well. But
agreed.
But you wouldn't need to do that. I think it's the same thing here, where it's like you could find an Asian chick or a half Asian chick or whatever the case may be to play it without doing any sort of prosthetic to make the eyes look Asian.
I mean, the argument has been that I've heard is like race isn't a costume.
Yeah.
Neither is sex, Joe. Neither is sex.
What?
Tootsie. We're talking about Tootsie.
Oh, I was thinking about Mrs. Doubtfire, but Birdcage to Wong Fu.
But like, I do think it's fucked up to have a character that in the source material is white. Correct? I'm trusting you on this information.
Siri,
for whom?
Yeah, I know, like
What
Siri, the lead.
You were on your phone.
The lead female.
You gotta play catch up.
The Witcher. Like I'm
okay.
I've played it so much. I've spent so many
I
hours
didn't
on
know
it.
that you're still talking about the witch. I thought you were talking about something
No,
else.
that this girl Siri is very
I
solidified.
thought you were
to
talking
me.
about my phone. That's why I got on my phone. I thought that was Siri.
Oh yeah, right. She's like has a very specific image in my head who she is. There's no other variation of it. It's not like Superman or Batman. There's alternate universe. No, that's one Siri,
And she's
that's
white.
her.
And she's white.
Yeah, and now whether
And she's black.
no,
They're looking for someone who's not white specifically.
yeah, it's said in the casting call.
Oh,
Someone
Black,
who's not
Asian,
white.
They wanna-
POC.
because they want to mix it up a little bit.
I would guess, but the
But
problem
in the world is very white. I think that there's black people in that world, but it's like it's Europe. It's medieval Europe
Yeah.
fantasy.
the problem with that is like if race doesn't matter.
It doesn't because
Okay,
it's fictional.
okay. So just because it's fictional doesn't mean that race doesn't matter. Because we've done this 1,000 times.
No. The world itself is fictional. Like it's not based in the real world like at all.
Yeah.
There's no
Neither
race
is,
culture.
Neither is
There's
Ghost
trolls.
In the,
Trolls
neither,
have
Okay,
different
okay,
culture.
okay.
neither is Ghost in the Shell.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
That's-
I got you. So even as it may, right?
Yeah.
Race doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So why exclude a race from trying for the role?
Right.
That's the problem that I have with that, because that is discriminatory.
Right.
And I
No,
understand.
that white girls can't play this role.
Right. Now, if they had a white girl and a black girl and a Chinese girl and a whatever,
Asian.
Asian, who are they are all Chinese? some of them.
I'm just not all Asians are Chinese, but
No,
okay,
but all
right.
Chinese are Asian.
Except for me, I'm American.
Try for the role.
Yeah.
And the best person that gave the performance got the spot, then by all means. But to say you're not even fucking welcome in the room,
Right.
that seems fucked up.
It's racist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's at
see,
the very least it's discriminatory.
Like it wouldn't be like if the character is black and they like we only want a black person to play this role, then it's not discriminatory.
Right, I agree.
But if we say we're up for anything
No,
except for one,
It is discriminatory by the definition of the word.
Right,
They're discriminating.
but
not racist.
but not in a bad, but not in a way that is protected. You know what I mean? Under the law.
I mean, there's a reason why they're doing it versus arbitrary.
right.
Instead of filling a quota, like we need some non-white people to play whatever.
Yeah, and I'm even okay with that. Like I'm even okay with we need to have some non-white people to play different roles. Like I'm okay with having we want a diverse cast. I'm okay with that. But to say that, then you open up the gates to everybody.
I'm just
and then
a picture.
You cast the most the ones that are best for those particular roles and throw race out the window, but to not allow someone of any race to play a role is fucked up.
That's Siri.
Yeah, I would say that she looks white to me.
And
She looks
colored
fucking
eyes and
Swedish.
I mean, it's in Northern Europe kind of lore.
Yeah, I mean,
but,
platinum blonde hair and blue eyes.
Well, I think they all have platinum blonde. When you become a Witcher, I think you lose color in your hair.
Oh, okay. Is that white or just
This
blonde?
is Geralt and Ciri.
Oh, it is white.
Yeah.
But that's what I find troubling.
So here's one thing then: no matter who they get, they better have white hair.
Unless they change the lore somehow.
I think that's a very identifiable factor. Because
Yeah, and it
anybody in
seems
the
like-
world, if that's
right,
the
it
case,
seems like a rule of the world.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you see somebody with white hair coming down, like, oh fuck, they've
Right.
got magical powers.
Right.
They're a wizard.
So wizards, so wizard. But yeah, that's the issue that I take with that.
So all the white people, they're like, you shall not pass.
And I would take it with anything, like even if they were like, look, this is going to be we know that this character is a white character, but if they said no Asians,
Right.
yeah, well then why no Asians specifically?
Right.
Why
it's the same thing. Why no
Right.
white specifically?
Right.
Yeah.
I just think it's a little extra fucked up because the character actually is white, or like,
Yeah.
like you're going out of your way to make the character not look like the character she's based on. Like you're going out of your way.
Yeah.
That's where
The material, Bobby. It's the source material.
That's what it always comes down to me with. Like
But that's why I feel like a hypocrite, because before I've said something different, but now it says something close to home for me. And I feel like I'm changing my mind, and I don't know, I have to self-evaluate where I stand.
First off, you have the right to change your mind, Joe.
That's
That's
a fact.
okay.
No, but it makes me a hypocrite if I don't change my mind about the other stuff. If I'm only changing my mind about the other stuff because of this.
You were wrong about the other stuff. But second off, there's some nuance.
I know.
There's
know.
nuance.
I like
There's
to stand
nuance.
for something.
There's conditions.
And be.
Not
I don't know.
Not every equation is equal.
Yeah. I think about stuff like that. I want to be of good character.
I know, because you're.
I don't know. Why you're I mean, I'm serious.
No, I'm laughing about something else. Just a funny note to break the stride. Like, Greg this morning said he might not be able to make it to Shattercast tonight, right?
Oh, you didn't tonight? Okay.
And he said I have, I'm not feeling well, blah blah blah. And he said,
Cat, right,
and he
Mr.
said,
Pickles.
Cringer. And he said, I'm also like, I also have some sort of HIV, whatever. So like, I read that and I was like, he's not feeling well. But. So I said, good luck with the high five, and then Justin was like, God, Greg, I don't even know what to say. Like, I hope, like, and I was like, oh shit, maybe it's real. Like now the high five joke seems fucked up. And then he just wrote back and he's like, no, not AIDS. I'm sick. Like, I'm just flu-like symptoms. Like, I'm so like, but
fiery, feline, immune.
But yeah, I just, I'm a good for the goose, good for the gander type of person. So I have a general way of seeing all this shit, and
you're consistent.
Yeah.
Source material. That's it.
Source material. Yeah. Yep.
It doesn't impact the story.
It does, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't care.
Well, no, I would actually disagree that if it's in medieval Europe,
I mean,
then all the characters should be white.
But it's not in medieval Europe. It's in a
the
fantasy
style.
land that resembles medieval Europe.
Yeah, I think that's good enough for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like it could be in whatever the fuck, Hobbiton.
Yeah.
Or the Shire.
Yeah, there's no black hobbits.
Yeah. Why?
They could have been, right?
How that roll? Is there any black people in that at all? In Lord of the Rings.
Not that I can think of.
I mean, because
no one prominent, at least.
Well, even though it's a fantasy, it's definitely trying to make European mythology, European folklore.
Mm-hmm.
So yep, I'm still not interested. Superman the movie returning to theaters for the 40th anniversary.
I want to go.
Yeah, this comes back to that whole Transformers thing.
Yeah,
like I just, like I'm good.
It's not for you.
Yeah, it's just not for me.
Unless it's something different.
No.
Yes.
No,
10 minutes extra, 5 minutes
No,
extra.
you're misunderstanding. This is not for you. You're not welcome here.
Oh, no white guys need to apply, I guess.
You know what this means?
Not fucking welcome. But yeah, it is returning. I guess that's a thing now. You know, Dark Knight, Transformers, and this all in the same year.
40 years, that's crazy.
I was listening to In the Realm, and Pinkerton was saying it seems to be like the same group of people that are kind of responsible for it all. Like the same folks that get.
I like these people. I want to be their friend.
The same folks that get like Killing Joke in theaters for a night or whatever. It's the same folks.
Actually, I'm gonna buy tickets to that. Take the girls.
Go for it.
I'm getting on Fandango right now.
And our last note is one less Guardian. And not necessarily what you think it means, but in the comics, they're talking about killing off one of the Guardians, and insiders seem to think it's going to be Gamora. When we heard it, we were all suspecting it was going to be Drax.
Yeah.
The cynical side of me.
It still may be.
And it still may be.
We'll find out.
But we will find out. So, questions.
We got 2, 3.
Is that it?
Yeah. I mean, I look through them, unless you got personal text or something.
No, you look through the emails and all that?
I always do.
Okay.
Paul C sent one yesterday afternoon, and I added it.
All right, Joe KW. If you have to kill a bunch of people, Jesus Christ.
I asked. I was just curious. I was at work, and I was real pissed, and I had to ask a question.
If you have to kill a bunch of people or kill yourself, which would you pick? Joe?
And I'm asking, not which one is right. The right thing to do is to kill yourself.
Not necessarily.
What if it's a bunch of bad guys?
Yeah, what if it's somebody? I mean, that's the thing is, I know in your head that this question makes sense, but
what are you trying to say?
When I read this, I was like, I need more information. Are they a bunch of innocent people running around, and it's just like, oh, this noise is killing me. I'm either going to kill them or I'm going to kill myself. Well, then you kill yourself.
Yeah. That's the right.
Right.
Okay.
But if it's a bunch of like people that just went on a murdering spree of children, and now they're coming after your children. And it's either kill them or kill yourself, then you kill them.
What if it was a mix? There's some innocent people and some monsters in there.
If there's innocent people involved, then you got to, in my opinion, you can't.
So you always pick yourself?
Yeah.
Because you're a good guy.
I try to be. I don't know if I am. I know I try.
Because we wouldn't know unless we're in the situation. But we all know the right choice.
Yeah.
If there's innocent involved, the right things to do is yourself. But the picking is the question.
There is no innocence.
I feel like somehow
only varying degrees of guilt.
I feel like somehow this
Where did it come from?
This is a trick bag to get Thanos on the hero column again.
It's not gonna happen, Joe.
Next one is from Paul C. He says, in the same vein as "You're such a Samantha" or "You're such a Charlotte," maybe Bobby will need to explain this stuff to the non-Sex and the City watchers. Dude, real quick, that's that side note with Bruno when he's like, we are so like the Sex and the City girls right now, like to those camper dudes that like, you know, like those hunters and shit. And he's like, I'm not. and he's like, who would you be if you were one of the Sex and the City girls? And he's like, I think you would be Samantha. He's like, I'm not. I'm Charles. And he's like, oh, such a Samantha thing to say. But can you guys do those kinds of comparisons, and why, for some of your favorite nerd properties? I think TMNT and Transformers would be good ones, but I'd love to hear what other properties you guys can do as well.
Well, we know when things are too rough.
Yeah. I mean, I think, I mean, that's definitely the turtle that I relate to the most is Raphael. Transformers, I don't know if I have one necessarily. Grimlock maybe is who I relate to the most. Like he's taking care of his guys and
fuck everybody else.
And doesn't even though you might be the leader of this situation, I don't necessarily acknowledge that. Oh
yeah, I had a second question, but going with this, let's finish this one because that's just reminded me. I wanted to ask you specifically.
What about you?
Who I identify more with?
Well, I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know that that's the question.
Yeah, no. Like, to me, I think the question is there a character that is, you know who that person is so much that when someone acts a certain way, you can say, oh, you are such a blank because it's such a strong character trait.
I don't know. I don't know if I have that. I don't know. I don't feel like anybody's ever been like that's such a.
I'm a Joko.
Yeah, Joko Ono.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I don't know either. Man,
I got nothing.
Start looking at these questions a little earlier in the week.
I got nothing.
thinking about it.
Yeah,
I might need to have a glass of wine and think that over.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because first of all, you have to think of a very a popular or everyone knows group, like of 3 or 4 people a team, and that has diverse personality.
I'm such a Pikachu. No, I just look down. There's a Pikachu.
That's why I choose you.
Well, like, you know, like, because it's like, it is funny. Like, I think if like,
okay, I got
go ahead,
one.
go ahead.
I'd be a Qui-Gon because I don't give a fuck who above me. If I think that their input or the decision is bad, I'll go do what I want to do, and I'll find a way to bend the rules to do it.
Oh, you're still in the rules, but you just bend them, but still.
But I'll still do what I think, and I know that I know better.
And there's another one that felt that way not too long after, killed a bunch of kids with a lightsaber.
Yeah,
Remember?
That happens. Sacrifice everything, even if it means killing younglings.
Dude, that Thanos, speaking of sacrifices, like that, did you do it? And when Thanos says yes, that yes makes me laugh. I don't know. I know it's supposed to be powerful, and it is powerful and all that, but it's like he doesn't really move his mouth.
The chin is in the way.
Everything. I don't know. So there's an element of, like, even thinking of the Turtles, like, even though I relate most to Raphael, I'm usually the Michelangelo of a given group.
Yeah.
You know, so like,
I'm gonna agree.
so it's weighted. It's just like I relate a lot to Dead End a lot too, but I'm not that character. Like, I'm not that archetype at all. You know, so I don't know. I don't know. That's a tricky one.
But I had to come back to that. My
I
question.
have you as a power girl.
No, definitely a power
girl.
Yeah. Dude, I would never get out of bed.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd be too busy to be hearing around.
What were we saying?
I was watching your hot rod
Come again?
video. Spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
There was one point where he had to leave his team behind or complete the mission. And you're saying that, and he decided the mission was more important.
Yeah.
Knowing you, and I thought of it right away. I was like, knowing you, you are
we're
us guy. Would you leave your team behind to complete the mission, or
No.
would you say fuck the mission is my guys?
fuck the mission. You go, we go.
Okay, and now how does that put you on the spectrum if the mission is the heroic thing to do?
I don't know, man. Like, it depends on what the mission is.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, what he was doing was pretty fucking important, right?
I'm trying to, like, you know, my memory is dog shit. I can't exactly remember what the implications was for that information, that shit that he was getting. You know, like, to me, it's always the guys that I'm with. You know, it's or ladies. You know, my wife, whatever. Like, it's always
the one lady.
Yeah. Or my kids. You know.
Yeah.
But like, everything gets sacrificed for the people I love. I'm on some Anakin shit. You know, like, in that regard.
Do you, Adam? You have an input? I would think you're a mission guy.
Mission.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mean.
I mean, it's not a judgment thing. I was just curious because
No. I read this. I read this article of this guy who it was a military situation, and he was with a guy that was injured, right? And there was an exit, there was a way out, and they were going to be overcome, and his options were to leave the injured guy, you know, and get himself to safety, or die, you know. And he sat there and died, and then.
But that's not a mission thing.
And I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I'm just talking about, like,
being with the team.
Yeah, like, and the guy died while he was there. And this dude stood up and took shells to die with him.
How'd they find out about it?
I don't know. I don't remember that.
Forensics, probably.
If he killed everybody, where did the map go?
Yeah, I don't have all the information. But yeah.
Okay.
But
then, I mean, it's heroic and admirable. But would you say at the end of the day, it's kind of a waste because it ended up being a moot point?
Oh yeah, I think you can definitely make that argument. I
don't think it would have been wrong for him to leave, right?
I don't think so either.
Especially if he already died.
I don't think so either. I just there's something about. Oh, and this guy was his superior.
Okay.
You know, like, and there's something about that to me that, like, it pulls on my heartstrings of just like, nope, like, Either we were going to make it out of this or we weren't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, emphasis hard W. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That like really, really, really hits home for me. Like, you know, and then
I thought there was a joke coming.
No, it didn't seem like a joke.
I was waiting for it. I was like, am I missing a dog face?
So
one more, right?
Yeah, one more from Francisco. Recent Patreon supporter. He said, glad to finally be able to support you guys. I do have 2 questions for y'all, though. I recently just got back into collecting and reading comics. I was pointed to the direction of Batman, The White Knight, and I absolutely loved it to the point where I pre-ordered the special Black Label version. Do you guys have any other recommendations for Batman series? So, I do, but I don't know when you got out of comics. That's the problem. You know? But
just list them what you think. Whether, you know.
So, the War Drums, or some of my favorite, like War Games Volume 1, War Games Volume 2, War Games Volume 3. So it's War Drums, War Games 1 through 3, and then War Crimes. And that makes up that. I like
Is this Punisher?
No. I like the Cataclysm, the Batman Cataclysm series. That's when Gotham has like a huge earthquake, and it's kind of how everyone reacts under this. There's elements of it that you can see in The Dark Knight Rises. Gotham is quarantined, et cetera, et cetera. Hush is good. It's a lot of fan service, but Hush is good. Long Halloween is good.
Does Hush hold up?
I don't know. I don't know. I think it was later continuity that kind of took away from the impact of Hush. Like all the stuff that they ended up doing with Jason Todd and everything else.
Maybe.
Like,
I don't know if Hush. I don't know if Hush holds up. I mean, Long Halloween you can't go wrong with.
No. Bruce Wayne Fugitive and all that is pretty good. It's not as superhero-y as a lot of the other stuff.
Actually, what about No Man's Land? I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I said that.
Yeah. I'm thinking like Fugitive. I think
for those listening, No Man's Land and Cataclysm is the series.
Yeah. I want to say, does Fugitive hold up?
I would imagine because it's really about Nightwing and Bruce's relationship.
Yeah.
So like,
the whole family.
Yeah. That would be like that. That to me is like the
War Games.
Yeah, that was the first one. You gotta stop looking on your phone.
No. War Games is good, but War Crimes is not.
War Crimes is great.
Is that the one at the end where what's his face? Face?
Yeah. What's her face?
Don't spoil it.
Yeah, I don't
trying
spoil
not
it.
to.
Yeah, all that was good. Now there was one where there was
RIP. Batman R.I.P.
That was trash. That was fucking trash.
What about Batman versus Aliens?
More. We need one for him. But like anything that Morrison touched during that era, I couldn't get with. It was too much. Let's see. There's just a lot. Like I would say the if you read the No Man's Land stuff and the War Games stuff, and for just if you're really like taking notes, it's Cataclysm, No Man's Land. I think 1 through 5.
Nightfall doesn't hold up.
Nightfall definitely doesn't hold up.
I remember loving it when it first came out, though.
And then the war, it's War Drums, War Games 1 through 3, and then War Crimes. Huge twist at the end of War Crimes. And like
I can't remember. Was Under the Red Hood any good?
I think Under the Red Hood 2 was good, and the first one wasn't any good. Or like I think Hush Returns was trash, but then Under the Hood came later, and that was good.
Yeah,
is how I remember that going. But you kind of have to read all of that to kind of know what's going on, in addition to reading Hush. But I mean that should get you started, I think. And then there's a lot of spinoffs like the one shots like
Black and White.
Yeah, some of that stuff is really good. Mm-hmm. But like like Long Halloween, Dark Victory, Dark Knight Returns, obviously, and Year One, Arkham Asylum is a good one. So I would start with those, and if you need more in addition to that, then let us know, and we'll get back to you next week. So the second part of his question was, do you guys have any Adam, from one 40K player to another, what's your honest opinion on the current state of 40K and Kill Team and what the future may hold? The new books, especially the Lords of Silence,
blank of the blank,
strongly imply that the loyalist Primarchs are returning soon, especially the return of Russ and Corvus and Corvette, apparently.
Corax.
Corvus. Corvus is what he has here. I don't know. Do you think
Corvus Corax.
we'll finally see the return of the Loyalist in the near future, or are they doomed to stay as legend in the 40K timeline?
I mean, they're pretty much coming back.
I mean, it's going to sell more models. I don't know why they're doing the slow burn with the Russ, because Gilliman's been out for at least a year.
And then they had...
Actually, no, Gilliman's been out for longer than a year, because the 8th edition is already a year
We had
old.
2 more after that. We have Thousand Suns.
No, Magnus came out first.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Magnus and then Mortarion.
Gilliman, then Mortarion. I mean, yeah, I think they're bringing it back. Kill Teams isn't bad. Kill Teams is what 8th edition should have been. It should have been smaller skirmish type games where they can try the new rule dynamic. But dude, I'm happy with Horus Heresy.
Yeah,
good.
Which is like 7 2.0.
Yeah, it's like 7 3.0. 7 2.0 was a little over the top.
And we got a comment on YouTube where it says, I was thinking about the TFW, this is from Collecticon. I was thinking about the TFW 2005 post, and I believe the negative reaction you got was from people not wanting to confront their own iniquities. It's a very $5 word there, Collecticon. It's a hard thing to do, to put your own ideas or actions under examination and make adjustments. Anytime I have a negative and sudden reaction to something, I try to take a step back and think about it. I'd say that's...
That's what I was trying to do with the Siri thing. Like, I have to self-evaluate.
Yeah. I'd say that's big boy shit.
Yeah, man.
And a lot of Transformers collectors aren't big boys, is that what you're trying to say?
Maybe.
That's given.
I think a lot of people that are into any of this fandom shit, like across the board.
Any
I
fandom.
think most people.
Just most people.
Most people.
Yeah, that's probably true.
They're not
Just
self-reflective.
generally.
They don't sit up at night and think about them. Not think about themselves in a narcissistic way, but analyze.
Yeah,
I mean, it keeps me up at night sometimes when I think about what the fuck am I doing. You know?
I think it's just important to think about.
I don't have any children.
I just I cheated. Bobby was my cheat. Like I have his kids.
There you go.
You can have them for a weekend, Joe. I think
He talks that shit, but he won't drop them off.
That's not entirely true. Actually, I might see if Pam can take them for one of the days at Baltimore Comic Con.
Yeah, probably.
But we also need to get together, the 4 of us as well. Catch up on their rage shit.
Yeah.
The problem with any of that is I think a lot of people don't think enough about their negative aspects as they do their positive ones, or if at all, and the only way you can get better is if you think about your negative,
Well, I mean, a lot of people just externalize this stuff. It's because of this, it's because of that, this happened, that happened. It's never like, what did I contribute to the situation that I'm in?
Yeah, that's the first thing I say is like, what did I do?
Right.
Sometimes when it's not even, I'm not even in the frying pan. I just think I might be in the frying pan. So I'm like, what did I do? What did I do? If there was a situation at work recently where I got something goes down, shit goes down at the workplace, drama or whatever.
Someone slipped and fell.
And I got I woke up to a whole bunch of text messages and missed phone calls, and I was like, I'm fucking fired. Turns out it wasn't about me at all, But in my head, I'm like, what did I do? I must have done something wrong, Which maybe is too far on that pendulum swing.
I think that's erring on the safe side if you want to be a good person.
Maybe I do want to be a good. I get every now and then I get PM like, you're a good dude. I'm like, I know I'm not, but I'm trying to be.
Trying, Rico.
I'm trying
real hard.
When you become a vegetarian, it'll be all good.
Yeah. Well, then I got to talk to you guys about it every week.
What if you became?
That's fine. If that's what you're interested in talking about.
What if it became super soft? Would we bring it up to him? I'm like, fuck, Bobby, you lost your edge.
Yeah. Like if I see you picking a flower,
that edge has been pitting for a while.
If I see you picking a flower outside, I'm gonna be like, you better eat it. You better eat that beautiful plant.
It's poison ivy.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to do it. I don't think I have.
Any other willpower?
I know I don't.
I think you could.
No, I don't think I want to make that sort of sacrifice.
Oh.
I don't think I
don't think you're fucked up you're not fucked up in the head enough to need.
We had this question. I don't know if it was on the podcast, but it's like, what if I told you you could make one choice and it would have a sustained improvement on your life, like 80% better?
That's a lot.
I know, it's a lot. It's
Yeah.
a lot. And then I was like, no more Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like, this is a fact. Like,
Yeah,
Jesus came down.
No, because the last time you did it, I found a loophole in it.
What was it?
Because you were like, it was your future self that told you.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, if you don't do this, everyone dies.
Yeah.
And
Why are you alive?
And I went, why are you alive?
I'm the only one left.
Come too soon?
But like, stop eating the meat, like, because I'd give it a shot. Like I've thought about it. You know, like just let's give it a try, see what happens. Like I gotta be interested. Like do blood work and then do it, and then do the blood work like 3 months and see how I'm feeling. Like journal. I'm not journaling.
Well, you might start journaling after 3 months of no
maybe.
meat.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. So.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know. See, the thing is, like, even if it made me less angry and less hateful of people, I'll be miserable with if I can. No, I mean, I'll be miserable if I can't eat meat because I love meat.
Yeah, you'll be like,
so
dude.
it's not the trade-off is not worth it. It's
Right.
definitely going to be more negative than positive.
Well, unless it inherently made you more positive not to eat it.
What if you hunted your own meat and it was like instant clean kills? Would that change it for you?
Like the shit in his backyard, like the squirrel.
Yeah,
and shit?
exactly that. Like, I don't think I have like, I don't know if I can afford that.
To hunt?
Mm-hmm.
Get a shotgun, bow and arrow.
Time.
Yeah, but then you got to go to the place and have it fucking sorted. Like,
I mean, you can field dress, butcher yourself.
yeah, I don't have the. I mean, even people that butcher things themselves, they usually take it someplace to have it cut up. Like, I don't even have the. I don't even know where I would do that in my house. About the laundry room.
and
The garage.
no, in the workroom, the dial room.
Just fucking animals.
You can have some real blood for your dials.
And like, so even then,
spoils.
what am I gonna hunt? I'm gonna hunt deer. You know,
Deers. Maybe a flock. Flock of deers.
But see, I don't even enjoy deer meat that much.
Really?
Like
I love it.
No,
None of it.
I like backstrap. You know, like but everybody likes backstrap. You know, it's like it's
I don't.
it's like it's the fillet. You know, like so. I don't enjoy that enough to even go. I could go without deer meat for the rest of my life, no problem.
Yeah.
You know, I could go without beef the rest of my life, no problem.
Not chicken though.
Not
Not
chicken.
poultry anyway.
Chicken would be a problem. Chicken would be a problem, and seafood would be a problem because I eat a lot of seafood.
Well, you shouldn't be because you're.
Well, what about seafood?
gout, your old soft
if you're
trash?
if you're eating seafood, it's probably doesn't have the you know, advanced neural system to experience all the pain. So maybe that'd be more.
Yeah,
something.
maybe I don't know. I don't know enough about any of it. You know,
Yeah.
I know you. I feel like you hear the fucking crabs fucking scream. Yeah,
You can have mollusks because they
Yeah.
have no fucking brain.
No nervous system. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even like that. Man.
No scallops.
No, I'm not a scallop guy. It's a texture.
Oyster,
Shrimp.
super slimy.
Shrimp.
Yeah, you seen people down Lexington Market with the fucking hard-boiled eggs and oysters? There's a thing down there. Some other combination of it. Like you do one, then you do the other. It's like a tradition,
Like raw oysters.
like a ritual. Yeah, it's like you
I
get a
love raw
hard-boiled,
oyster.
you get a hard-boiled egg and an oyster. Like and you,
It seems arbitrary.
yeah, but it's like there's something. There must be something to it because people do it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like what that something is. Who's to say?
People also do crack. So.
That's true. At Lexington Market.
And I think we're pretty good. Shout outs.
Yeah, shout outs to the Cool Table, Shattercast Uncut, Into the Realm, Beer and Bolters 40K, Plastic Fanatics, Stasis Lock, Toy Detox, Building Up to It, Breaking the Mold, and Fresh Communication, as well as the Nerd Rage team, Black Phillip, Raul, Dante, and Maryland Phil, and Mr. Manny, who hooked us up with some
Magic
shit.
Manny?
Magic Manny.
I like Magic Manny better.
Yeah, I like Magic Manny. as
Make
well.
it happen.
Magic, like, I'm not going to put Manny's full name out there, but I told him today, we got on the phone, I was like, you have the most gangster name in all of history, and you sound like a Netflix documentary waiting to happen.
He's got Netflix documentary swagger as well.
yeah. So, yeah, that's it.
And with that, be good to each other.